Floyd and he was me,
Yeah.
he wouldn't never have to fight again because that exhibition shit,
Yeah.
as me being his little brother, hey little bro, we finna do.
And just like that, we are back, man. Salute to the fam. Appreciate y'all pulling up for the double duty today. We working, man. We grinding. It's always something to talk about in boxing, and we on top of it, man. How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling on this good afternoon, this good Thursday, man? Yeah, I know y'all feeling good about this weekend, man. I am, as a fight fan. I think everybody should be excited to see these fights, not just the main event, but the whole card. You got Paro and Matias as well, man. Matias look like he in dog shape, man. He look like he in dog shape. So I definitely can't wait to see the action, man. We gonna get into it, man. Y'all already know. You catch this on the playback. Make sure you smash the like button, sub to the channel. Make sure your notifications on so when we go live, y'all could be notified, man. You know what I mean? We doing double duty today. Let me say what's up to the fan. We're going to get to this. Man. Omega Red, what's good, family? How you feeling, bro? Reef, what's good, family? Kyle Cooler, blessings, family. How you feeling? Ricky Williams, my brother, how you feeling? Trey Skills in the building. IB, my guy, what's good with it? Don't mess with Texas in the building. My guy, Mike Mazak, what's good, Mike? How you feeling, bro? Flyer Frequency in the building, what's good, fam lambs? You know what I mean? How y'all's feeling today? We back, man. Yeah, hopefully y'all ain't tired of hearing the voice talk this good old boxing, man. Or Bill at, we need a response. Yeah, man. Bill, man, he down about 18 hours, man. Trey Scales, he down about 18 hours now, man. He about 18 hours down. You know what I mean? He got 18 hours to go. We need a response, Bill. Matias talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? He talking that talk, and it's funny. Lonnie Lee, man, my guy, JBT family. How you feeling, Brody? Appreciate all y'all pulling back up for the second trip, man. But, I found some things to talk about outside of the presser, Fender Bender in the building, my guy. What's good with it, man? We back again. Back again. Let's talk this good old boxing. I want to play this. Hopefully I don't get flagged for it, but I want to play this this documentary done by a UFC, like a mixed martial arts channel or whatever the case, and it hinted and hit on some things in terms of like weight cutting and how dangerous it is and stuff like that. Like I just think it was some juice, and salute to my guy, the Professor and McQueen. He sent it to me a couple of days ago. I just thought it was something good to share and listen to, being that, things that's happened recently in boxing, as far as, guys, we hearing numerous guys, right? Talking about how it's hard to make the weight and these weight cuts and different things like that. We seeing people performances being hindered and hampered by tough weight cuts and guys staying in weight classes too long, you know what I mean, for one reason or another. You know what I mean? We just seen it with Raymond Ford. We already know it was tough for him to make the last weight cut he did when he won the title, let alone when he spent the block. You get what I'm saying? So I just think this documentary hit on some things that was real important, and you know what I mean, some eyebrow raising stuff, man. Like these people, that weight cut and stuff ain't no joke. And we seen a guy in Ryan, he came in overweight. It was a lot of talk about that. You know what I mean? I got a clip also from Regis and him struggling to make the weight, how crazy the weight cut is. Like that stuff is real. And like I said, when Bill Haney was on that It Is What It Is show with Cam and Mace, you see what he was talking about. Like, since when we start caring about what guys rehydrate at after the fight, after the weigh-in. Like, long as you make the weight, rehydrate to whatever you want. And like, I hear him. I respect the making the weight part, but I'm not with him when he talking about rehydrate to whatever you want, because once that takes shape, now you are essentially not even competing nowhere near the weight class that you weighed in at. Yeah, we understand rehydration is real, and you got to rehydrate after cutting the weight or making weight. but to how much though? You know what I'm saying? How much are you willing to go up and rehydrate and to have an advantage? You get what I'm saying? So I just think it's very dangerous, man. To each his own. Like, I can't tell nobody what to do. I'm just a guy that love boxing at the end of the day. But I think that documentary hit on some real things about that weight and what people be doing to gain these advantages, bro. And it's not just for one person. No one person singling out. Why I brought up Bill, because it's fresh in the mind how he was saying, it don't matter what you rehydrate to, but I think that stuff does matter. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just him. Bill is a whole lot of things. One thing he is not stupid. He ain't stupid. He not. Shelton, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling? Flossy Sports, my guy. What's good with it, Brody? 12 threes in the building, back at it, man. King is back. He's tired of exposed the weight drain. D was just doing. Yeah, that weight stuff is serious in boxing for whoever's doing it. You get what I'm saying, King? You know what I'm saying? Chris, what's good with it, family? How you feeling? LeVar back in the building. What's good, family? Laro Henry, what's good, fam? Ace put me on with the channel. Appreciate you, fam. And it's much love to my guy, Ace. Appreciate you, Laro. Much love, family. But yeah, we're going to talk about this, man. We're going to talk about it. Don Royal back in the building. He said Tank drains fighters with rehydration causes. He's a protected fighter. He will get exposed like Spence and Charlos. The thing is, man, Don Royal, think about what you're saying. Tank doesn't drain anybody. Tank doesn't drain anybody. And the rehydration cause, if you really want to be honest, it kind of keeps things on an even playing field. It kind of keeps it's in place so guys are not rehydrating to absurd weights after the weigh-in to have unfair advantages. You get what I'm saying? So Tank is not draining anybody. And think about what you're saying, the key word being drain. He's not responsible for these guys shrinking down to a weight class and then trying to blow up 20 to 25 pounds on fight night to have a crazy weight advantage. Like, that's the stuff that's sucker shit. So in a sense, you saying protected, he's not a protected fighter. That's him protecting his own ass. That's being smart. That's being smart when you know a guy is trying to jump in to have a wild, unfair advantage and you making sure he don't do that. So you might be cool with a guy making whatever weight and rehydrating to whatever he wants. That's cool, Don. But for me, I think that eliminates the fact that it's weight classes at all if everybody's doing that. So I just don't like it at all with whoever's doing it. It's not Tank draining people. It's these fighters choosing to fight at much lower weights than what they should be competing at and then rehydrating to some unreasonable amount before the night of the fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's wild. You know what I'm saying? Marshawn West was good with it, fam. You get what I'm saying? It's another form of cheating. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. Salute to my guy, Laro Capone was good with it, fam. Simply a mirror. J, peace to the queen. How you feeling today? Good to see you in the building. So again, it's nothing personal. It's just a real conversation, and it's a real issue in boxing, especially when you seeing what these dudes are going through, men and women, to make these weight cuts. It's very disturbing, bro. It's very disturbing. Yeah, we're going to get into that, man. We got to, man. We got to. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my guy, LeVar. Maul Brooks back in the building. Pete, like Tank don't follow the same rules. Exactly. It's not him. It's not him draining these dudes. They're doing it to themselves. He's just making sure, because he's not that big of a guy, he's not going to rehydrate to some unreasonable amount on fight night. So people can say what they want. Some people are cool with it. Some people are not. It's not never an argument with Just Do. It's just a discussion. So if you're a person that don't see a problem with it because you like, yo, he made weight, that's all that matters. Shouldn't matter what he rehydrate. That's cool. But once you 3 weight classes above where you weighed in, that now it's starting to look crazy. So for me, that's for me. 2-3 weight classes above where you weighed in, that is wild to me. I don't think you should be doing that personally. You get what I'm saying? Personally, I just don't. Devin should try to fight at 47 and 54. This is close to his natural weight. Haney's too short for 60. 68. And look, Shelton, to your point, bro, Bob Arum, they asked Bob Arum just recently, Shelton, if he was still like, advising or giving Devin Haney advice on his career, how would he do it? He said, Bob Arum just said they have him fighting at a weight class that's really low and then rehydrating, which is not good. You know what I'm saying? And he said he would be having him fight at 47, just like you suggested. And that's Bob Arum saying that. So that's not no hate or nothing. It's just not smart in the long haul to continue to damage your body in that way. It's not. It is not. What's good with it, James? How you feeling? Real Prison Talk with Tommy, my guy, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Salute to you, bro. Keep grinding. That's a new channel, by the way, man. Y'all tap into my guy, Real Prison Talk with Tommy, man. Real guy, real stories, man. He on the way. Kicked off his channel and he hit the ground and he running. Salute to my guy, Tommy, man. Much love, bro. Y'all make sure y'all punch that like button, sub to the channel, man. We gonna get to it. We gonna have a dope build. No emotions involved. It's just information at the end of the day. And matter of fact, I'm gonna start with the Regis video and just let it play through, and y'all see how difficult this was, just so we can see it. Then I'm gonna get into the documentary, man. Check this out, family. 704 Joe was good with it. K Causey was good, family. How you feeling? I'd be surprised if Frank last 12 rounds. This is split decision.
All right, guys, so today's the final day.
Anything's possible, bro.
It's weight cut day. Regis brought us in, him and Bob and all the crew at Main
Street. Check this out, y'all.
To help Regis get down to that 140. It's been a good 2 weeks. Regis has done pretty much everything we've asked of him. So today is like the last final push just to get the last little bit of work done. We got a couple things planned, a couple of bats.
Look at this shit.
And then right after we're going to rehydrate and get the job done. So it's been a good 2 weeks. I've enjoyed my time down here. It's great working with a bunch of like professionals like
facts, Shelton, bro. Facts, in my opinion.
Push, and then we're there.
You see that what it is? Dextrose. Yeah, we're good. We are golden.
This ain't no joke, bro. Like, I respect the grind and all that.
So a lot of times when people
do
load shakes and stuff like that, they'll take into consideration the potassium.
At what
cost?
cost?
Never actually go up and look and remember that there's sodium. So I start off with the potassium first, then I take the 60 milligrams that's in here as well, and I take that off with this calculation.
Like, look how specific they gotta be with everything
just a couple of minutes,
that they're doing.
Into consideration that there's already some salt in here.
All right, so that's the water. Now we need to do the coconut.
All of this just to try to cut.
So this is going to be mostly for the potassium. Dextrose, we're going to wait until the very end. Then we're going to put in a little bit of BCAAs.
Crazy, bro.
So, again, we've calculated exactly how many BCAAs he needs. And
struggling in that bag, man.
Well, just to help with the transport of nutrients, micronutrients and macronutrients to help replenish all of his lost muscle glycogen.
This a lot. There's a lot. I ain't gonna hold you, y'all. All of this, all these cups, all these bottles.
Shake number 1, done. Shake number 2,
water,
done. All right, shake 3, last one, done. You're still sweating. You may as well just let it come out now.
32 minutes into the weight cut.
Well, I'll let you know when the time is up, and then we'll be 60. If you feel good, we'll do another 60. You just tell me when.
Look at this shit.
But yeah, you're still sweating right now, so let's capitalize on that.
P. Herman was good with it, man. Man, I'm telling you, P.
I was reading a thing that said Gladiators wasn't like we thought they was. It was like kind of how fighters are right now.
Oh yeah, LeVar. It's in the joint that I'm playing. I believe they had the clip in there. That clip is in there, I believe. We're gonna get to that as soon as it's over. This was like 6 minutes. I just wanted to show this because this was shorter than that documentary that I'm about to play.
Someone wasn't like
Look at this, bro.
You look at fucking, look at the NBA, NFL players. Them fucking dudes huge.
I know. How many more of those guys?
Be ready, peace,
She's
man.
saying great job, Pops.
I got my cheese.
She got you now.
She's like, I can win now.
Right? Everybody sounds right. He needs weight. It all matters. Yo, Rick, wait till you see this documentary, bro. If you still in here when I play it, I'm playing it right after this. Watch. They said the weight is worse than people movies, bro.
The weight cut seems like it's going better, easier.
My brother still
normal. He's definitely still pulling a lot of water, more water than you usually would at this point.
Skills,
it would take him a lot longer to start to sweat. He's sweating faster, so everything's going good.
Yeah. Sandra Martin, GM was good with the family. You get what I'm saying? Facts, GM. That's crazy. Thrill Hill was good with it. James Lee back in the building was good, man.
Look at me for a second.
Major power. Practice. It hit a lot. The tears are like in a dog shit. James.
Swimming.
Better be cracking.
Oh,
and moving.
So go join them.
She will.
Back in the movie.
Yeah.
She like this one.
It should take you about 15 to 30 minutes to finish it, so don't show you.
Target weight
This
of
one I've been doing
140.
last 2 weeks.
Man,
I
you
hired a
gotta do all of
nutritionist.
this to make
Declan
140,
came
bro.
from Canada. He came
Shit,
down
bro.
to make the weight,
He's my
basically,
brother's
you know.
serious, man.
And I did this because
Yeah,
I
he
want to
could be a
prove
great test
to the
for
world, and just not to the world, but most importantly to myself,
things was
that
good,
I can
family.
make
How
the
you
weight,
feeling,
right?
bro?
So I hit the weight right, perfect. I mean, we did everything we were supposed to do. I've been doing basically like my whole boxing career. I've been doing everything wrong. I never had nutritionists. I did everything. I mean, I just did everything ass backwards. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I wasn't a professional. I didn't have the right stuff. I never put the right nutrition-wise. I never put the right stuff in my body. And you know, my last two fights, I missed weight. And you know, honestly, I didn't know myself if I can make 140. I thought that, you know, maybe I'll have to go up or whatever. But, you know, for me, it's personal. I do want a belt again at 140. I do want to be a world champion again at 140. So, you know, I said that, you know, right now I said I'm going to do a mock camp. And that's what I did. So for 2 weeks, this is what I've been doing.
A little bit different. This right here is just Regis specifically
and
having a tough time going through all this.
Nutrition-wise, I did everything what he told me to do. It was, I'm talking about, I didn't cheat 1 second, like one bit, everything. And we hit the weight right, like perfect. We hit everything perfect. And everything went very, very well. So I will be staying at 140. I do want to be a world champion again at 140. Now I have a method right now that's worked. And like I say, it was only 2 weeks, and I usually do an 8-week camp. So this is perfect. It's something I had to do. Something, you know, I want to prove to the fans, and not only, but to myself, that I can make the weight. And I made it. I made 140.
We got it. I ain't even mad at him, but we all know what Tank is.
And I'm just happy. I'm very, very happy with the results. So now on, you know, I'm gonna have the nutritionist in my corner, and you know, I'm gonna be campaigning. I'm gonna stay at 140 for a while. Oh shit.
That's that. No, I mean, that was Regis. That was Regis' journey to make it 140. He had to go through all of that, and he's willing to go through that sacrifice. Look, I respect it like hell, man. His willingness to continuously put his body through that, but I do think it get to a point where that becomes very dangerous. That becomes very dangerous. It just is what it is. That becomes very dangerous, bro. Y'all make sure y'all hitting that like button, man. We're gonna keep rolling, man. I gotta play this documentary. Like I said, hopefully they don't flag me for this, but I got to play this because I wanted to share this with y'all. And instead of just playing the audio, just don't do it justice. Like y'all need to see, like, you know, y'all need to see this joint. You need this, y'all need to see this joint. You know what I'm saying? The audio just don't do it justice enough. And it needs to be at 47. Absolutely do, K Causey. He do, K. You need to be there. Appreciate you guys. So yeah, man, y'all become a member. Y'all know, go, you know, come rock out with your boy. Technique was good. What he said, Tank is scared of 140 pounds also. The thing is, Technique, that doesn't make sense. Tank already fought at 140 before. He can't be scared of something he already did. He just tried it out, and he told us what, Technique, even in a knockout where he looked pretty good for that to be his first fight at 140, knowing that he's well out of his weight class. What did he tell you? He wasn't comfortable. He wasn't as comfortable going back down to his weight class, right? So he felt a little slower and stuff like that. And he didn't look it to us, right? But that's what he said. So you can't be scared of something that you've already done. You know what I'm saying? He's just not comfortable there. And he was very honest with people. You know, he's not a 40-pounder. That dude could arguably be at 130, and we know that. We know it. You get what I'm saying? So, again, that being scared just doesn't make sense. Does he want to do it? Probably not. Obviously, he said it, right? It's uncomfortability. But I think for the right fighter situation, maybe he might dip his toe back at 140. You know what I'm saying? Paragon stopped or he would quit. I'm telling you, man, that's just going to be a hell of a fight. Salute to my brother, man. Y'all go get him to 11 more subs, man. Or he say he need 11 subscribers so he can start growing live. 11 more. Let's go, man. Y'all support the grind, man. Much love to everybody in the building. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, sub to the channel. Turn your notifications on. Salute to my bro, Mike Mazak. In that Cash App, always supporting the grind. Appreciate you.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Salute to you, bro. About the facts. Fat guys at 140 are complaining about how they're too big for each other. David Durrell was good with it, fam. Why don't you ask why these dudes on life support to make smaller weight classes? Who they scared of? You talk to him, GM, and think about how short-sighted people are when it comes to Tank. That man being at 140 where he really don't belong there. He's 5'5.5". How many 5'5.5" fighters you think we got at 140? We could start right there before you even get to anything. All right. So he clearly way out of his weight class. He don't rehydrate now. He's a small guy. He just is. And he went up there, challenged himself, and all people did was discredit the win because they disdain for Tank and not their unwillingness to get that man his just due. But that's why you got people like me. Y'all people that slight these fighters when you should just give them the credit and move on. Y'all created just due. Just know that. Real prison talk. Yeah, man, Jay, you got to check him out. Trust me, man. He's a good dude, bro. Good dude for sure. Samuel, what it do, bro? Stop being in the building. Peace and blessings to my guys. Samuel. Anyway, came 108, 122, 126. I listen. You can have that conversation, bro. You can have that, man. You can have that, man. We all know who the man is at the end of the day. I'm not about to have a sidebar conversation, so yeah, man. Salute to you though, bro. You can have your opinion. I ain't mad at it. But we're gonna get to this documentary, y'all. We're gonna get to this. Let's get to it. Y'all just be saying people are scared to do things that they've already done. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Like he's done it already. You know what I'm saying? The guy tell you that he's uncomfortable doing something, people should just be able to respect it for what it is and appreciate the fact that he was willing to go up there and take a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like he went up there where he don't have no business up there. That man don't have no business nowhere near no damn 140. And anybody that got a brain knows that. You know what I'm saying? He's just not a big guy, but he went and did it, took a challenge, and can't knock him. Salute to everybody subscribing to my guy, Real Prison Talk, man. Tommy, man, good dude for sure, man. Appreciate all y'all that continues to support the grind. Pulling up, we doing double duty today. Did a 4-hour joint early this morning, and we right back. But let's get to this documentary. Hopefully they don't flag me for this. I want to shout out Mixed Martial Academic. This was over a month ago. This is weight cutting UFC's disturbing reality. This ain't even boxing, but this has a lot to do. This ties into what these boxers are doing as well. Y'all seen it with the Regis joint that I just played, but check this out. Let's get to this, man. Hopefully they let me rock out.
It's the 11th of December, 2015. Yang Jianbing is cutting weight before his MMA flyweight matchup in a
What's up, my joint? Why are my joints
top fight promotion. He is more than likely using one of the more conventional methods of weight cutting to reach the 125 pounds required to make weight. Each method designed to extract every last drop of expendable water out of the human body. The pitter-patter of sweat drops against a hotel sauna room floor from Yang's increasingly dehydrated body. He then suddenly begins to feel faint, short of breath, numbness in the face. This isn't normal. This isn't like the countless other grueling voluntary weight cuts he has experienced before. He is having a stroke. His corner men call off the weight cut, and in a panic he is rushed to the ER, where he undergoes extensive rehydration through the use of IVs. His family receives bedside updates on his condition, but he is slipping away.
Listen to this, y'all.
He had taken the weight cut too far, and he is pronounced dead from heart failure, a direct result of dehydration and heat stroke, all in an effort to make weight for a fight. From a leading organization's battle against the
Real quick, did y'all peep that? All to make weight. The man literally started suffering from a stroke. They had to stop it. Call off the weight cut. And this man passed away. You dig what I'm saying? Like, shit is crazy. Shit is real, bro. And this relates to boxing as well, because that's exactly what's going on. So this is combat sports in general, weight cutting. You know, these dudes going through extreme measures to have an advantage. The slightest of advantages is not worth it, bro.
It's this intrinsic problem to Chris Cyborg crying in a scalding hot bath.
Look at Chris
and
Cyborg. This is
TJ
what
draining
LeVar was
down to
talking
the
about.
very bone.
I got no body fat.
The fact is, this sport has put an emphasis on taking any action necessary in order to gain marginal advantages against opponents. I want to take the next 30 minutes to tell you the worst weight cutting stories this sport has known, the haunting and disturbing skeletons that emerge the other side of this process. And I also want to explore the psychology of why athletes feel the risk is so worth it in the pursuit of combat sports greatness.
It's not worth it. Not worth it. It's not worth it at all. That joint is not worth it, y'all. It is not worth it, man. Not to your own demise, bro. Not to your own demise. I respect the dedication and discipline, but at what cost, man? Putting your body through all that, man. Just move up a weight class, dude. Hold on. Let me get these ads out of here, y'all. Check this joint out.
I want to start this video with perhaps one of the most infamous weight cuts in MMA history. Not only because it serves as a great example of what the rest of this video will discuss, but because it paints a very grim picture of what this subject entails. So allow me, over the next 5 minutes, to discuss the very dark and disturbing story of one athlete's descent into weight-cutting hell.
The story starts in the wake of Demetrius Johnson's departure from the UFC, a man who had dominated the flyweight division for over a decade. The UFC had, in their eyes, finally rid themselves of a man who single-handedly stunted the growth of the division he ruled over, who knew being the best in the world was a bad thing. It left the newly crowned Henry Cejudo merrily at the top of the 125ers. TJ Dillashaw, the reigning bantamweight champion in the division above, had been begging to take on DJ in a champ versus champ super fight for almost a year, but DJ had felt that there was no upside for him and no money on the table, so refused to take the fight. But with the belt now firmly around Henry's waist and DJ ostracized from the company, the UFC got their way, and the champ versus champ super fight was put together. Dropping down a weight class in an attempt to become a double champion is a particularly incredible feat on TJ's part, considering most athletes choose to go up in weight when attempting to solidify a legacy. Scarier too was the
exactly. Go up a weight class to solidify a legacy, not down, not down, not down, dude. Talking about daring to be great, man. That's just silly because you got to kill yourself to make the weight. You obviously a weight class above because that's where you comfortable at. That's where you belong. And if anything, moving up would be the move. Not trying to move back down, talking about chasing greatness, trying to have a smaller guy to have an advantage. That shit backfired. Check this out. Trying to not stop it.
Was the fact that TJ was already a shredded 135-pounder, seemingly no spare flesh to shed. Naturally, when the fight was announced, the first cloud of doubt over the matchup was whether it was even possible for TJ to make the weight in the first place. It was reported that even at his walk-around weight of over 150 pounds, TJ was just 8% body fat. There was over 25 pounds to lose and no room to budge. TJ, despite the lingering question marks upon his overzealous plight into the realm of starvation, would waltz into a 12-week-long, arduous training camp, one that would strip away the weight required to meet the limit and supposedly at the same time make him a more effective fighter. The footage that came out of this camp was worrying to say the least.
Yeah, I'm just pausing because of the music.
I was putting up more weight. So the last week before I left for my fight, I was snatching and cleaning more weight than my last Cody fight. And I was lighter. So my power ratio was insane. It almost is unheard of.
A cloud of hot steam condensates on a plane of glass. Warm streaks of water droplets split through the murky coating, giving onlookers a glimpse at an eerie visage of a man. TJ was hunched over, bones protruding through tanned skin. It was the most important part of fight week, the day before weigh-ins, and TJ was cutting every last droplet of water he could from his increasingly dehydrated body.
I got no body fat.
Fuck. George Smith, family.
124.6.
124.6, y'all. 124.6. He was a shredded 135-pounder with really no body fat. This man dropped down to 125, came in there 124.6. Look at him. He like a scarecrow, man. This dude like a scarecrow. Yeah, I respect the discipline, the dedication, the focus, the sacrifice, but at what cost, bro? And y'all about to find out just how dangerous this is for this dude. That was very dumb to do that. Come on, man. You go up, not down. You go up, not down. What are you trying to do? Walk yourself into one? Double champ my ass. It ain't that serious. It's not that serious. You really want to be a double champ? Go up. Go up, dude. Man, I'm telling you, facts, man. Look like he using. Got this man looking like he using. That's crazy, bro. Wow, man. It's mad dangerous, bro. Yeah, I'm telling you, square circle with tech. What's good with it, fam? It looked like a strong win. Blow him over. And he forcing himself to smile up here looking like a damn scarecrow. Bone face.
In a surprise to almost every fight fan, TJ would step onto the scales, forcing a smile as he miraculously made the seemingly impossible flyweight limit.
That's
and well,
crazy.
It didn't need stating that he looked horrendous, frail, and unbelievably scared.
Yeah, crazy, dude. That stuff look wild, man. Ain't no way, dude.
Skinny. Whilst it was strange seeing such a wasted TJ, he still had another 24 hours to hydrate and to return to some level of normalcy before the fight. There were huge question marks over what his performance might look like inside of the 8 walls of chain link fence,
check this out,
but we were soon to find out.
He did all of this sacrificing, killing himself. Upper echelon, peace, family. How you feeling, bro? All that, right? He did all of this looking like a damn scarecrow, right? All right, bet. Look, y'all. Look. Benito, y'all. Finito.
After 12 weeks.
After 12 weeks. So this man did all of that in 12 weeks to go hard like that, to get knocked out in 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Do you know why? Because his punch resistance was shot to pieces. William Old School, what's good with it, brother? How you feeling? Oh, man, okay. Salute to William Old School, man. Safe travels, Brody. On the way home. Key Alexandria, peace and blessings to the queen. Seen an unseen boxing. How you feeling, man? No punch resistance at all. 30 seconds, he get put out. He went through all of that.
Weeks of a ruthless and draining weight cut in the pursuit of double championship status. TJ Dillashaw would be knocked out in just 30 seconds. As he stepped into the octagon that fateful night, it was unmistakable to onlookers that he was not the ruthless killer that once dominated the 135-pound division. Despite TJ's claims of peak performance during training camp, he appeared diminished, smaller, slower, and alarmingly fragile. It was even harder still trying to draw up any reasonable argument as to why this was all even worth it in the first place.
Right.
The toll on his body was evident, likely shaving off years of his life in the ambitious, yet punishing pursuit of combat sports greatness. What psychological impetus drove TJ to conceive of a reality where he could safely make weight? I guess we will never know, but the truth soon to follow would clear up a fair amount of the lingering questions.
If you don't know what we're talking about, TJ Dillashaw tested positive for injectable EPO, which is a serious performance-enhancing substance.
To start off, first and foremost, I cheated, right? I don't want to run around that. That's why even I announced it when you saw it was coming out. Like, I didn't want to like create excuses. It was like, look, this is it. I did it, man. It's hard not to hate yourself a little bit, you know?
If TJ is to be taken at his word, then his weight cut during fight camp would be so extreme that he would become anemic. From there, he would seek out medication in order to combat his failing health. This said medication would have EPO within it, a banned substance, the same one that is most infamous in the world of cycling.
This dude, because he was doing all that cutting weight, went to take something that had EPO in it. I mean, no, because he did all of that weight cutting, he developed anemia, seeked out medication that ended up having EPO in it. You can't make this stuff up. Literally ruined this man's health. And he lost. He got knocked out in 30 seconds, bro. 30 seconds out of there. It wasn't worth it. Hell no, it wasn't worth it, bro. Lisa Smith, peace and blessings to you, man. How you feeling? Say hello. Just became a member to the channel. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Welcome to the channel, Lisa. Appreciate you being in the building. Much love and appreciation. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, sub to the channel if y'all haven't. Make sure y'all notifications is on. Look like death in the face. Come on, EPO. He developed anemia from putting his body through 12 weeks of that strenuous weight cut, proceeded to go out there and get knocked out in 30 seconds, then had to seek out medication after developing anemia after 12 weeks of killing yourself, and then end up having EPO in it. You can't make this stuff up, bro.
Being linked to the Lance Armstrong scandal, TJ's descent into darkness was the direct consequence of his self-inflicted weight cut. His subsequent PED use only exasperated the situation, driven by a desperation to gain an unfair advantage when his body was incapable of naturally making weight, even with banned substances coursing through his veins. His condition on weigh-in day teetered on the edge of disturbing.
And to me, this first example of weight cutting going wrong will always stick in my head. Not only because of the footage of TJ cutting weight that arises such visceral feelings, but the fact that this whole thing was inspired simply so that TJ could claim another belt and call himself a double champion.
That desire and that second belt so alluring that he put his body on the line and succumbed to the siren song of cheating in a sport where combatants are asked to literally put their brains on the line for the sake of entertainment.
This whole situation raises a fundamental question that echoes throughout the rest of this video. Is the pursuit of victory at any cost, especially weight cutting, truly worth it? TJ took himself down a path that would ultimately tarnish his legacy, and it's a story that paints a detailed picture of the forces that rip and pull at these athletes. Greatness, competition, money, fame, legacy, all a cacophony of painful thoughts circulating the minds of the world's greatest combatants.
It's really no wonder they feel so compelled to take such drastic actions when so much is on the line. By the time
these damn ass, yo.
TJ Dillashaw was suspended, he had participated in over 20 MMA fights and countless wrestling competitions in his youth, another sport that has equally high pressures on its practitioners to shed weight, a multiple decade-long career where he had been required to maintain a specific weight, and so unwittingly, the child that ran enthusiastically to wrestling practice was hurtling headlong into some rather disturbing psychological damage, a life dedicated to the meticulous study of one's own weight.
Before we get to why athletes feel forced to cut weight, I want to first explore one of the negative side effects of this process. In this next segment, I'll be discussing some negative mental health topics regarding body image and weight. So consider this a warning if you want to use the timestamps to skip forward.
Like Kool-Aid. Facts, bro. Now he talking about he suffered psychological
damage. The culture of weight cutting
often
often fosters disordered eating behaviors among combat sports athletes. The pressures of making weight can compel athletes to resort to extreme measures, such as severe calorie restriction, fasting, or purging, in a desperate bid to meet the required weight limit. These maladaptive behaviors not only compromise athletes' physical health, but also contribute to the development of eating disorders, such as anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, and binge eating disorder. Beyond the weight cut camp, athletes will continue to needlessly restrict calories, or perhaps more infamously, go the other way entirely, overeating to the extreme. All the constraint and limitation of fight camp finally releases its grip, and the athlete descends, rather sadly, into binge eating. Paddy Pimblett has been widely discussed as a victim of this, perhaps because his overeating is more so obvious on his frame. So obvious, in fact, that his glorified post-fight weight gain has become a part of his personality. His most viewed videos on his YouTube channel derive from him treating his overindulgence as a spectacle. The sad fact is that this is symptomatic of an eating disorder, one that has developed over years of trying to meet lightweight from his walk-around weight of 185 pounds.
No, I'm not messing. I genuinely think I'm a food addict. I think I've got a little bit. I think I've got a bit of an eating disorder because of MMA.
Sean O'Malley's own experiences shed light on why this happens to combat athletes.
The reason Paddy the Baddy gets as big as he is because it's like you get this mental disorder. I strict as fuck for about 10 weeks before that fight. I was just eating so clean to where right after, it's like I'll order 2 cheeseburgers, fucking some appetizers, and just eat until I'm so uncomfortable.
That's a lot, dude.
It's sad. It's like, that's not good. But it is. It gives you this mental disorder from eating. Dude, I see fighters at the fucking breakfast buffet eating eating shitty fight day because they made weight, or after weigh-ins that night they're eating shitty.
They just want to eat.
I keep it clean. Eating disorder from cutting weight is a real fucking problem.
Weight cuts happen twice or 3 times a year for most athletes, meaning that eating a more healthy set of meals where nutrition and calories have a magnifying glass placed over it happens in short periods. rather than being a lifestyle. It's more of a cycle than anything, so it's easy to see why a lot of MMA stars fluctuate so heavily between camp. They don't see the need to maintain a healthier outlook on food beyond their 8 to 12 week camps. This is juxtaposed with other sports where being more holistic about food and nutrition is seen in long 9-month seasons or even just year round. Therefore, these bad relationships with food don't manifest so easily. It's also no surprise that post-long a grueling career inside of the ring or octagon, a disproportionate amount of these athletes gain massive amounts of weight. Those training camps and weight management periods, a distant memory. All that is left is to enjoy the very thing that was controlled for so long. The psychological effects of weight class restriction extend beyond the octagon in more ways than just eating disorders, however. That fixation on weight management and body image can consume athletes' thoughts and emotions. Many athletes struggle with feelings of guilt, shame, and isolation as they grapple with the stigma associated with their body size and shape. This struggle with body image is pushed further into darkness by the culture of MMA as a whole, where a lack of knowledge and open discussion on this topic leads to insensitivity surrounding it. I'm going to use my YouTube buddy TJ Loves Fights as an example in this next bit. He's a great YouTuber and puts out almost weekly content, and is an all-round good dude. Before talking about this next clip, I reached out and asked if it was okay first and foremost, and he agreed. I want to absolutely say I'm not calling him out or anything like that. I'm simply making a point about something I've personally been guilty of, and something that making this video has taught me doesn't help the situation. So in a video by TJ on the issue of athletes gaining weight after fights and in retirement, he titled, thumbnailed, and started the video with terminology that wasn't the greatest. And in that very video, he was showered with comments of people reflecting on their own issues with weight cutting, body image, and the psychological toll that comes with it. And so imagine you're a person suffering with body image disorders, and my boy TJ starts the video lightheartedly calling athletes who inspire you and you see yourself in fat as a joke.
When fighters don't fight, they can get really, really fat. And when I mean fat, I mean fat.
I'm not saying we need to cushion the world and make everything safe for everyone, but what I am saying is when discussing these topics or shining a light on them, we all need to understand that specific terminology exasperates the issue.
Right.
I'm not calling TJ out. I'm saying that this video shows we're all guilty of insensitivity, because when I watched it a year ago, without the research I've done now, I didn't even blink an eye. This is the world that those who serve combat sports live in, a world where their body and size is under scrutiny and laughed about almost every second of their life, whether it's their own mind, social media, social influencers, or the very culture of the sport itself. Paddy, a man who clearly suffers, uses it as a marketing tool, which is just, well, ironic. It's content that enables, justifies, and distorts. And you can imagine that this relationship with food reaches its most destructive mentally during the waning weeks and days leading into the fight. That looming spectre of weigh-in day heralds in with it psychological distress and anxiety, all in fear of failing to make weight. The anticipation of the weigh-in process can trigger intense feelings of apprehension, dread, and panic, leading to heightened stress levels and emotional instability. Athletes may experience a pervasive sense of pressure and performance anxiety, which can impair their ability to focus, concentrate, and perform at their peak, all during the most vital hours leading into perhaps the biggest fight of their lives. Truly, the final frontier in more ways than one. The psychological toll of weight management in combat sports cannot be overstated. Athletes navigate a minefield of body image distortion, disordered eating behaviors, and psychological distress as they strive to meet weight requirements and excel in their sport. Those people who treat Paddy as a spectacle or brush off his weight fluctuations as some kind of light-hearted meme-worthy content are sadly missing a darker truth, a truth that has buried its teeth deep into the sport. The unfortunate fact is, the men who take to the cage are more than likely the exact same ones who feel they are too tough to talk about these issues. Therefore, it's no wonder this topic is left to the shadows. Positive mental health and a more holistic approach to weight management are important issues to be addressed. And I feel like the more athletes like Sean and Paddy who talk about these things, the more exposure it gets, which can help amateurs, newcomers, and those pros who feel like they are alone.
Right. Now look, they got this part 3 right here. They got it titled Weight Bullies, y'all. This is part 3. They got it titled Weight Bullies. I'm telling you, this is a good watch. That's why we rocking out together, man. Again, salute the mixed martial academic for this documentary. I thought this was good, man. I thought this was a good one, but they about to start talking about what they consider weight bullies.
From TJ's descent into ill health hell to the long-lasting psychological trauma seen in Paddy and Sean, the question remains present: why weight cut at all? Well, the most obvious answer to that, as simple as it is, are the existence of weight classes. Unsurprisingly, size and weight are some of the biggest advantages one athlete can have over another in the world of combat, and when you are dealing with the most skilled practitioners in the world, it only makes sense to have them face opponents who are of similar stature, so that it becomes more about the fighter's skill. Open weight tournaments worked originally when the sport was starting out, only because expertise and knowledge was not as distilled as it is now, which allowed room for the likes of the Gracies to be able to take on men much bigger than themselves. But in the modern times, well, the consensus greatest fighter of all time, Demetrius Johnson, would more than likely get demolished by probably any of the heavyweights in the UFC. So it goes without saying, size and strength matters. The aforementioned weight classes solve this very issue. In MMA, fighters have to choose between one of 9 weight classes, or in the case of the UFC, 8 for the men and only 3 for the females. I mean, there was 4, but we will get to that. The jumps between these classifications are on average 10 pounds, but in some cases 20 pounds. This is a stark difference from boxing, where there are many more legitimized weight classes that lead to tiny jumps between weights. Weight cutting to reach those limits has been deeply entwined within combat sports, really since its inception. And whilst there is no definitive starting or introduction of weight cutting into combat sports, it seems that the two have gone hand in hand for a very long time. And so naturally it begs the question, if weight classes exist for the exact purpose of separating fighters into fair divisions, why do fighters still cut so much weight? Well, in a sport where weight classes that lead to tiny jumps between UFC.
I just want y'all to listen to this next part, y'all. Listen to this next part.
So it goes without saying, size and strength matters. The aforementioned weight classes solve this very issue. In MMA, fighters have to choose between one of 9 weight classes, or in the case of the UFC, 8 for the men and only 3 for the females. I mean, there was 4, but we will get to that. The jumps between these classifications are on average 10 pounds, but in some cases 20 pounds. This is a stark difference from boxing, where there are many more legitimized weight classes that lead to tiny jumps between weights. Weight cutting to reach those limits has been deeply entwined within combat sports, really since its inception. And whilst there is no definitive starting or introduction of weight cutting into combat sports, it seems that the two have gone hand in hand for a very long time. And so naturally it begs the question, if weight classes exist for the exact purpose of separating fighters into fair divisions, why do fighters still cut so much weight? Well, in a sport where athletes have perfected every aspect of their craft over decades of training, game planning, and conditioning, searching every minutia of the sport to gain advantages over their opponent in any conceivable way, then an easy conclusion is reached. Cut as much weight as possible in the shortest amount of time in order to rehydrate 24 hours after stepping on the scales to as heavy as possible, upwards of 30 pounds of weight advantage. Look at Alex Pereira from just last weekend, who weighed in at 205 pounds and then within 24 hours was 236 pounds. It goes without saying that this massive weight gain between weigh-ins and fight night is incredibly advantageous. Fighters will cut the majority of their weight during fight week, and even most of that is done in the 24 hours before weigh-in, using methods such as water loading and heat exposure to lose as much water weight as possible. This very problem has become known in the extreme as weight bullies. Fighters clearly too big for their division, putting themselves through the most grueling weight cuts in order to come into the cage much bigger than their opponent. Controversially, people have pointed to men such as Khabib and Hamzat as good examples of this. Although Khabib isn't even the worst case in his division, people like Bobby Green walk around as much as 190 pounds, only to step on the scales at 155. Other more
dude at 190 coming in on the scales at 155, y'all. Dude walk around company 190, but they got him popping up on the scale at 155, and people don't think that's crazy. That's wild, bro.
Obvious examples are Paulo Costa and Davidson Figueiredo. This problem, unsurprisingly, has been considered by some as cheating within itself, and sometimes it's hard not to see that point.
It's sanctioned cheating, and it's cheating at a much higher scale even than PEDs. If one person weighs in at 135, but then balloons up to 160, well, that's a much greater advantage than someone who's doing some sort of
It's in Figueiredo. This problem, unsurprisingly, has been considered by some as cheating within itself, and sometimes it's hard not to see that point.
It's sanctioned cheating, and it's cheating at a much higher scale even than PEDs. If one person weighs in at 135, but then balloons up to 160. Well, that's a much greater advantage than someone who's doing some sort of testosterone thing or something.
Especially
Darren Till would put himself through
Did you hear him? This man said, you know, blowing up, that's even worse than somebody using some testosterone, some PED stuff. The weight is even worse. Said it's sanctioned cheating. Sanctioned cheating, bro. And I'm glad I used this UFC one so people don't feel like it's aimed specifically at their favorite fighter or something like that. That's everybody that's doing that. It's just overall it's not dangerous. This is why I played this. I thought this was good information. Let's keep getting to it, man.
Literal hell, even reported as going blind during his weight cut.
I was just like, literally, I couldn't even move. My body was shutting down and I was just going blind.
Just so he could tower over his opponents at welterweight and run almost undefeated to the title, looking unstoppable all the way there. Then, in a shock to no one, when he finally relented and moved to middleweight, where opponents matched him in size, did his career sour. That's how much of an advantage size truly is. One of the main problems that come out of these athletes seeking to lose
up to 160. Well, that's a much greater advantage than someone who's doing some sort of testosterone thing or something.
Especially
Darren Till would put himself through literal hell, even reported as going blind during his weight cut.
I was just like, literally, I couldn't even move. My body was shutting down and I was just going blind.
Just so he could tower over his opponents at welterweight and run almost undefeated to the title, looking unstoppable all the way there. Then, in a shock to no one, when he finally relented and moved to middleweight, where opponents matched him in size, did his career sour. That's how much of an advantage size truly is. One of the main problems that come out of these athletes seeking to lose drastic amounts of weight is the fact that fights are constantly called off because of missed weight. Those fighters who fly too close to the sun, athletes riding that dangerous line as they draw closer and closer to weigh-in day, and often a few calories here or too much water there, and the athlete will, in the best case, miss weight and lose 20% of their purse, or in the worst, the bout is cancelled entirely through hospitalization or the opponent refusing to fight an opponent who has failed to meet the requirements for the bout. Repeat offenders of missed weights are either forced to move classes or even kicked out of promotions entirely.
But sometimes extreme weight cutting isn't the athlete's choice.
Yes, they had the clip in here, Jay. Early in the clip, they had the Chris Cyborg clip.
Cyborg entered MMA as a professional in 2005, and while she lost her debut, she would ultimately go on a 16-fight undefeated streak up until 2016. Along the way, she would collect the Strikeforce Women's Featherweight belt and defend it 7 times, every single championship win coming by way of finish. To say that she was a wrecking ball inside of the cage would be an understatement. Her fighting style, her tenacity, and her viciousness grew her star power. Then came great speculation. Would we ever see her in the UFC? The answer, sadly, was that there was no place for her. The heaviest female division in the UFC at the time was 135 pounds. Far too much of a weight cut for Cyborg. Despite her great promise of being a star worthy to headline events for the UFC, simply couldn't the jump. That was until March of 2015, when it was announced that Cyborg had signed with the UFC and that her debut would be done at a catch weight of 140 pounds, seemingly confirmed.
Catch weight of 140 pounds. Now watch this joint, man. This is crazy, man. Salute to my baby girl, the queen, Miss Just Do.
Confirming that the UFC had no intentions of making a new featherweight division and that they were simply testing to see how far Cyborg could cut weight. But I don't think the UFC understood what they were actually asking of her. The cut would produce some of the worst footage ever leaked of a weight cut.
Look at this. She's crying. Look, they got her in hot water, bro. Hot water.
Despite the horrendous cut, Cyborg would have 2 successful performances inside of the UFC, finishing both of her opponents. But in December of 2016, the UFC was notified of a potential USADA doping violation by Cyborg. Cyborg would immediately claim responsibility, but state that it was medication to help her make the brutal cut to 140 pounds. And so a story begins to be painted. Not only was Cyborg put through what can only be described as torture, all in an effort to call the UFC home, but much in the same vein as TJ, would feel like her only option was to cheat. I won't repeat myself again, and I won't try and justify what she did, but it is yet another example of those forces that push and pull at athletes that so often are hidden from fans. After drawing to the end of her suspension, ESPN would release the footage I've just shown you in a mini documentary regarding Cyborg's weight cuts. The UFC, naturally horrified, would finally relent and open the 145-pound division. And at long last, Cyborg had a division to call her home, and she quickly claimed the title. Fighters such as Kayla Harrison, who have fought at lightweight in the PFL for the longest time, joined Cyborg in a difficult place, where they feel that they are excluded from the premier organization simply because they are too big. They face the rather difficult decision, either fight in an organization where there is less esteem and ultimately less money, or sacrifice their own health in order to make the seemingly unreachable limits of a weight class they don't belong in. Kayla, at the time of writing this, just made her debut, and for whatever reason, since Amanda Nunes and Cyborg have left the UFC, the 145-pound division is gone once again, meaning that the huge Kayla Harrison got on the scales at a disturbing 135 pounds. It's such a massive shame that the division Cyborg pioneered for so heavily has now dissipated, because the women's featherweight division across the board has played host to some of the greatest fights this sport has ever seen. It would be nice to see these female athletes graced with a division more suited to their stature, but it seems the UFC has forgotten already what inspired them to open it in the first place, and I dread to see the footage of Kayla cutting weight for the 135-pound weight limit. This example of Cyborg and Kayla is to say, the more divisions, the more increments, the better. More champions, more competition, and more options for fighters, options that pull them away from making decisions that could irrevocably damage their body. Why don't we have a 165 and 195 pound division for the men? And equally, why don't we have a 105, 145 and 155 women's division? It's totally lost on me, and it's not like the talent pool isn't there. For the longest time, fans and fighters and media alike have been campaigning for these divisions.
What's it gonna take to get a 165-pound weight division? What the fuck just happened?
People like Colby Covington, Kevin Lee are either too big or too small for welterweight and lightweight. People like Jared Cannonier in that sweet spot of light heavyweight and middleweight, forced to cut all the way down to the lower weight class. I see only an upside to the introduction of these divisions.
Yeah, the women B-Dog. Yeah. And look at this. They talking about this slow death. Like, listen to this, yo. They kicked this joint off, letting you know somebody lost their life from doing this. Like, lost their life. Dude, 23 years old, no health issues, no pre-existing health issues from cutting weight. And people is there. I would never try to justify, after watching this, I ain't justified before this, but it's like no way to justify what these dudes are doing. And you respect it because it take an extreme amount of discipline, but it's also scary because it's risky. You run a risk of damaging your health permanently. Like, yo, you got dudes developing eating disorders. A dude developed anemia, bro, and seeked out medication that led to him having EPO in his system. You can't make this stuff up. This is crazy to do. And that's why I say, when I hear Bill talking about why are we worried about what guys rehydrate after the weigh-in? As long as you make the weight, it don't matter what you rehydrate. I think it do, because then if not, weight classes don't matter. Weight classes don't matter if everybody's doing that. They don't matter. And that's stupid for whoever doing it. I don't like it. I don't rock with it. So people will keep talking about rehydration causes, when in reality, that's trying to keep things on a more even playing field so they don't get out of hand in terms of what somebody is rehydrating. People are looking at it the wrong way. That rule actually is more fair than what people think it is. If you ask me, in my opinion, it seemed to be fair. It's not in an effort to try to drain somebody. People only feel like that because they know they under them rules, their favorite fighter would be drained because he's fighting at a weight class where he shouldn't be and he need to go up. You got to think about that. Everybody that's talking that drain stuff, think about what you are saying. You would not be drained if you were fighting in the weight class where you belong. Period, bro. You wouldn't have to worry about being drained. That's not on the opponent because he got a rehydration clause in a contract, because he's a small guy trying to make sure that you don't outweigh him by 30, 40 pounds on fight night, or 25, 30 pounds or more on fight night. Come on, listen to that. That's not nobody. That's not him trying to have an unfair advantage. You only look at it that way because it doesn't benefit the guy that's looking to blow up 3 weight classes above the limit where he weighed in at. That shit ain't cool. That It's sucker behavior. Instead of fighting at that weight class, you rather shrink all the way down to one and blow up to a real heavy weight class instead of competing there or somewhere near in the middle. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying just because you blow up to 160 or more on fight night that you got to be at middleweight, but you damn sure shouldn't be no lightweight or no 140 pounder. That's for anybody that pertains to. That's not no one fighter in particular. That's wild. You looking to have a wild ass advantage, bro. Alan, what's good with it, family? How you feeling? You get what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. Age play a huge part too, right? Right. The body gave you that wiggle room, right, Rick? But then you know what? And it's up to a certain extent, Rick, because remember how the documentary you kicked off, dude was 23. That weight cut was just too much for his body. He started going into stroke. They called it all, tried to go to the hospital and saved him. And he passed away at 23 years old because they was killing that man in there to make weight. And they sat around and did it. That's why it's crazy. I only need to see that once to know that that's bogus. I ain't trying to see my favorite fighter do that. I would not like if I had a fighter that was doing that much, shrinking down that much. That it's just not safe. It's not smart and it's not safe. Yeah, you can get away with it for a while, but at what cost? At what cost? I don't care how you think you got it down packed. It's not smart. You're gonna hurt yourself in the long run. You're gonna hurt yourself. I'm telling you, bro. Gar said, bro, thanks for bringing this to our attention. Some people have no idea how dangerous a cutting weight is. Facts, because look, even the dude that's narrating this video, LeVar, is saying that he know if it's certain parts that's gonna be sensitive to people, so don't watch or click off the video because he knows it's a touchy subject. Because people, instead of taking it as information that you can use, people think this is aimed at one fighter in particular to make them look bad. That's why I'm glad that this was UFC and not boxing. But the similarities are there. Cutting weight is a real thing in combat sports, and it's very dangerous. You run a lot of risk of doing permanent damage to yourself. We just sat here and heard how a dude developed anemia after 12 weeks of a grueling camp. Anemia, seeked out medication that led to him having EPO in his system. EPO, you can't make this stuff up, bro. You can't make this stuff up. All the cut weight, and he got knocked out in 30 seconds, y'all. He did all of that to get knocked out in 30 seconds and just to develop a condition. The other dude, Patty, he developed an eating disorder. Come on, man. From what I'm hearing, they got all these different examples, but I ain't hearing not one good thing happen out of nobody's situation that's doing all of this. Dudes getting their asses whooped. You know what I'm saying? For nothing. Getting clowned, man. Nah, it ain't worth it, bro. It ain't worth it. You want to be a double champ, go your ass up, not down. Cornelius, what's good, family? How you feeling? You get what I'm saying? This shit is crazy. Crush the Legend, my guy. How you feeling, bro? I heard in Charlo's big fight ass made weight. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I feel like everybody got to be careful with that. You get what I'm saying? Be careful with that shrinking down stuff. Yeah, you might think it's pros, but them cons are real, and some of them is lifelong damage to your physical, man. That ain't no good to your body, damaging your body and stuff like that. Dude really passed away at 23, putting himself through all them grueling ass training camp that they had to call off because of the weight cut. That's crazy, bro. You don't even make it to the fight. Hell with the fight, you ain't even make it to see another day because of that. Hell nah, bro. Can't do it, bro. Can't do it, man. You can't do it. Salute to everybody. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Sub to the channel. We're gonna keep rocking. Slow death.
Weight cutting is inherently a dehydration process at its core, which leads rather fittingly onto my final point about the disastrous, even fatal effects of this very act. Whilst fighters are afforded time to rehydrate between the weigh-ins and fight night, a plethora of studies have shown that fighters at the time of competition are still in a state of dehydration. This dehydration leads to inadequate cerebral blood flow, decreasing cerebral spinal fluid secretion. Cerebral spinal fluid being the fluid that quite literally cushions the brain from the skull, meaning that when a fighter undergoes an extensive weight cut, they have effectively lowered the amount of cushioning. And so it doesn't take a giant leap of faith to figure out that the less cushioning on the brain of a fighter that is quite literally being punched, elbowed, kicked, and kneed in the head is a recipe for not only negative results, but even fatal ones.
Yes.
This is manifested in multiple studies, indicating that fighters in lower weight classes, where weight cuts are more extreme and more prevalent,
telling you, man, this stuff ain't no joke, bro. There's a lot of good information in this, and it ain't for the faint of heart for people to be emotional, man. It's a lot of good information.
have a far greater chance of exposing themselves to traumatic brain injuries, the effects of which I've extensively covered in my CTE video. The evidence from this study supports the long speculated fact that dehydration from weight cuts is what has led to the deaths in combat sports disproportionately happening in the lower weight classes.
Deaths in boxing apparently happen in the lower weight classes. And one of the reasons is that when these guys actually enter into fights, a lot of times they're still dehydrated. They would dehydrate themselves pretty bad in the weigh-ins,
and this is
they
boxing
dehydrate themselves, and it's very difficult to rehydrate the brain. Apparently, it's not as quick and easy as it is rehydrating the body, and even that takes some time.
Combine all of
you hear what he said? It's not easy to rehydrate the brain as quick as it is to rehydrate the body. Hence why, what was it? TJ Dillashaw goes in there, gets hit with a clean headshot, and is out of there in 30 seconds. Tell me, come on, man. This is good information. That shit is risky because of you dehydrating your brain, bro. You need that fluid that surrounds your brain, bro. You get what I'm saying? Your brain ain't meant to be bounced around on the side of your head, bouncing off the canvas. Come on, man. That's a recipe for something fatal to happen. Then wonder why you're punch resistant shot, why you can't take a good chin shot, let alone a temple shot or something, let alone a head kick, a kick to the head, bro. A kick to the head. Is you hearing what he's saying? Wondering why TJ Dillashaw went out there. First good head kick, head shot, he out of there. 30 seconds in. Not only did he rehydrate, he probably rehydrated his body, but not his damn brain. You get what I'm saying? You thinking you good, you go in there and you out of there 30 seconds later. Now you developed anemia after the 30-second ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? Didn't win all that sacrificing for nothing. Now you seek out medication. Now you on EPO because of the medication, because of the anemia that led from the dangerous weight cut. Come on, man. None of that shit makes sense. Price Boy was good with it. That shit is crazy, bro. It's risky and it's stupid at the end of the day.
Weight cuts is what has led to the deaths in combat sports disproportionately happening in the lower weight classes.
Deaths in boxing apparently happen in the lower weight classes. And one of the reasons is that when these guys actually enter into fights, a lot of times they're still dehydrated. They would dehydrate themselves pretty bad in the weigh-ins, and they dehydrate themselves, and it's very difficult to rehydrate the brain. Apparently, it's not as quick and easy as it is rehydrating the body, and even that takes some time.
Combine all of these considerations with the fact that weight cuts seemingly affect the practitioner's cardio and speed, then it really pulls into question why athletes choose to cut these drastic amounts of weight, even under the pressure of potentially fighting the aforementioned weight bullies. It goes without saying that a dehydrated fighter is a fighter who is more vulnerable. I honestly believe that if more fighters understood the risks that they were exposing themselves to, especially in terms of TBIs and CTE, then they would not want to actively pursue a weight class that is out of reach. For me, there is no better example of this train of thought than one fight that took place at UFC 249. And whilst it isn't as extreme as death, it's one that I think as fight fans, we can all resonate with. If you were to ask fight fans what is perhaps the greatest matchup that we never got to see, I think it would be accurate to suggest that Khabib Nurmagomedov taking on Tony Ferguson is the greatest fight to never happen. From its beginnings as a fight that would have graced the prelims, to its promise of being a top-billed headliner in the sport's biggest stadiums, the two greatest fighters of their time and of their division would clash horns in beautiful and refined violence. In December of 2018, Khabib was announced to be defending Ferguson at UFC 2.
Said this is why fighters take IVs and people say it's cheating. Right, Rick? Because you know what they're doing. Right, facts. Was it TJ first fight after he got caught in the PDs? Yeah, that was the first fight when but look, Mr. Empire, what led to it was because he went through 12 weeks of that weight cut, he got in the ring, got knocked out in 30 seconds, he developed anemia, seeked out medication that led to him having EPO. It was EPO in the medication or something like that to that effect. So just think about all of that stuff he went through to try to cut weight. You know what I'm saying? Malik K was good with it. You go up in weight. You get what I'm saying? Go your ass up in weight. Salute to my brother Ricky Williams. Appreciate you, fam. Facts. That's why people say it's cheating, man. You trying to have a quick, you know what I mean? Trying to hurry up and rehydrate yourself. Nah, man. People be dying in these sports, man. Opulent LDTV. Blessings, family. How you feeling? You get what I'm saying? Creole is sick, man. This shit ain't smart, bro.
249, the fifth time that the pair had been scheduled to face one another, but in a story that we are all too familiar with. 2019 would change all our lives just a little. COVID was seemingly the final nail in the coffin of a fight that had transcended all rational levels of hype. And what is perhaps the most cursed matchup in history was laid to rest. The sports world fell into silence as the pandemic shut down any chance for live sporting events. It was a weird time to say the least, and I for one spent my usual MMA reserve Saturday night twiddling my thumbs and playing Warzone, anxiously displaced as if the UFC were a missing limb. But within 2 months of shutdown, Dana White would lead a vanguard for the sporting world. He refused to back down, and on April 6th would announce not only the return of MMA, but the return of all live sports. UFC 249 was back, but this time with Khabib stuck in Russia, Tony would be taking on Justin Gaethje for the interim lightweight title. A week after this joyous news, Tony Ferguson would release a rather strange and rather infamous video that, well, surprised a lot of people.
There it is. 155.
155.
Tony, despite having a fight in just 3 weeks' time, would weigh in at 155 pounds on the day that his original matchup with Khabib was supposed to take place. Most just writ it off as Tony being his rather peculiar self and moved on with their day. But the fact was, he unnecessarily put his body through hell to make an unnatural weight, all to prove a point. The strain and harm done to his body, unimaginable, all to do it again in just 3 weeks, officially, and for an entirely different fight. Even stranger still is that pundits met the video with admiration.
But Tony Ferguson stepping on the scale at 155, that tells you how disciplined this man is to get all the way down to the championship weight with nothing to gain.
Man, that was stupid though. That was dumb though. When nothing to gain is right and everything to lose, your health. That's foolish, bro. Very foolish.
That is look, that's a boss move.
Really couldn't see the foreshadowing that was playing out. 2 weight cuts in a month be damned though. Justin didn't stand a chance, or that's what people thought. Right, Tony was still regarded as the boogeyman, that capricious and terrifying force that had haunted the lightweights for the last half a decade. UFC 249 was just Tony's moment to affirm his position in the division and to reset up that fight with Khabib.
155.
Or so it seemed.
155.
This is UFC 249, Ferguson versus Gaethje.
Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We're going to keep it clean. Touch gloves. Let's do it.
That look, I was saying it's pretty gangster. They decided to make weight anyway. But then people that, like Dana said this, a couple other people said this, like, why would you do that when you know you're going to have to make weight again?
I talked to Tony yesterday, and he said it had nothing to do.
Look. Getting tattooed.
He had to have felt something from draining his body just a couple weeks ago. Tony took an inhuman amount of punishment, but his cardio is so much better than everyone else's,
even when he's getting rocked
to a ridiculous extent.
You know, I thought Tony looked off tonight. Thought he looked slow, and I would have to imagine that cutting weight twice in a month will affect you.
Tony, sir, he's hurt real bad.
Man, we're good with it, fam.
He's the UFC Zero Lightweight Champion.
Right. Shit is crazy, man.
When we look back at Tony Ferguson's career, it's hard to exactly pinpoint where it all went so wrong. His legacy, laden with injuries, that was more than likely the direct result of unconventional and unusual training, something that defined his personality, something that undoubtedly made him the fan favorite that he is. His unpredictable approach to the fight game had manifested as a 12-fight winning streak, injuries be damned, and naysayers also. His brutal and bloody ascension through the toughest division in the UFC, immortalized. I look back on that time with reverence and nostalgia, blades, shades, elbows, and one-liners all. The Boogeyman was what made this YouTube channel. 3 weeks before his loss that ended his winning streak, Ferguson, in all his quirky and outlandish ways, decided to take on the fight before the fight, simply to prove a point to a man that was halfway across the world stuck in isolation. We can't say for sure, but 2 massive weight cuts in the span of 3 weeks is enough to destabilize the athletic perfection these fighters so vehemently aim for. Just looking at the video, you see a withered, disheveled man with a gaunt smile piercing through that thin veil covering the obvious pain and discomfort he was in. He showed up when Khabib could not, or at least that was his point. The fact is, beyond it, he would have to keep dieting, keep his weight low, for another 3 weeks of the most important part of his training camp. It was just simply absurd. We didn't know it at the time, but that weight cut video heralded in what is currently a 7-fight losing streak. And whilst we can't just distill a losing skid so heartbreaking on just 2 weight cuts, I think that the weight cut was certainly the reason Ferguson took an ungodly beating courtesy of Gaethje, and it was that beating that took years off of not only Ferguson's career, but his life also. The weight cut, a compounding factor that absolutely did not need to be there. I like to imagine a world where the Ferguson that entered that crucible wasn't a month-long drained, starved, and malnourished shell of himself. Whilst this is certainly an extreme example, I think it serves as a microcosm to my wider point about weight cuts eroding chins, destroying cardio, and affecting performances inside of the cage. Whether it's fighters moving down a weight class and getting knocked, that took years off of not only Ferguson's career, but his life also. The weight cut, third, we didn't know it at the time, but that weight cut video heralded in what is currently a 7-fight losing streak. And whilst we can't just distill a losing skid so heartbreaking on just 2 weight cuts, I think that the weight cut was certainly the reason Ferguson took an ungodly beating courtesy of Gaethje, and it was that beating that took years off of not only Ferguson's career, but his life also. The weight cut, a compounding factor that absolutely did not need to be there. I like to imagine a world where the Ferguson that entered that crucible wasn't a month-long drained, starved, and malnourished shell of himself. Whilst this is certainly an extreme example, I think it serves as a microcosm to my wider point about weight cuts eroding chins, destroying cardio, and affecting performances inside of the cage. Fighters who move up in weight, rejuvenated, and seem to have a far better and output far better performances inside of the octagon. This fact alone tells me that weight cutting, at the very least, and regardless of the long-term effects, certainly deteriorates performance inside of the octagon. But with all this said, what can actually be done?
Athletes contend with the pressures of competition daily, and whilst we may tune in for just one battle, we are more than likely oblivious to the ones that rage almost every second of their waking lives. From fighter pay to separation from their family and long and arduous training camps, there still remains the final frontier of a gruesome weight cut that reaches its almost most destructive all-fight week long. A week where they are pushed and pulled in every direction by media obligation, travel, and fans. The fighter is abstaining from food and starving, bloated as they waterload. This purposeful and deliberate destruction of their body goes so violently against everything that they have endured for the last 12 weeks of fight. Weeks of fight camp, honing and crafting the body for perfection inside of the cage. All because they know 5 rooms down from them, an opponent is doing the very same thing. An almost inconceivable and downright nonsensical behavior ingrained into almost every combat sport. A behavior that would be given up if they knew their opponent would do the same. When Jian Bing passed away, the CEO of one championship would overhaul their weight cutting tests in an effort to combat the lengths athletes go to in order to step on the scales. They would adopt a process that has been ingrained in the sport of American wrestling for a long time: hydration tests. Fighters, when they weigh in, must be hydrated, tested through a refractometer. They would also move every single weight class up 10 pounds to accommodate this matter. Flyweights in the UFC weigh 125 pounds on the scale. In one, they weigh 135.
This change in policy has seen drastic weight cuts fizzle out of the organization entirely.
Whilst MMA On Point has made a video over a year ago about some of the ways the system can be cheated, one has actively pursued other measures to make sure these rules are being enforced. And whilst there are always bad actors out there trying to game any system, the fact is, categorically, the massive weight cuts are gone. Athletes over at one speak for themselves.
You've talked a couple times. I've heard you about their weigh-in program at ONE FC, which I think is fantastic, and I think every MMA organization should do it at the high level one.
Everybody's healthy, everybody's good, everybody's fighting their natural division, their natural weight.
And, media obligations during the week are obviously a lot easier because I'm not worried about cutting my weight or I'm not feeling miserable or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a lot safer.
Thing in Bellator, UFC, PFL, and all that stuff, they're severely hydrated, they're sunken in, all that stuff. You don't get that over in Asia. They don't allow you to do that.
I think that one has certainly led the vanguard in trying to make sure that athletes are healthy, and it shows they care and have love for the sport. But trying doesn't mean the issue is going away, as MMA On Point made obvious. there are more steps that can be pursued in order to make the sport safer. And I think that Josh Barnett most recently gave a good solution for the matter.
You know, the weight cutting thing, that needs to be completely eliminated. You know, it needs to be same day weigh-ins. If I wanted to watch people at 170 pounds fight each other at 190, why don't I just make it 190?
Right.
You know, it's just pointless. And you will see that CTE would go down without weight cutting. Injuries would reduce. I mean, you're pulling all that water out, and we already know you can't get it all back in your system. Well, there's less water in the brain, and that's a scientific fact. They've done studies. So you're going to get more concussions, and you're going to get more potential bruising and calcification of the brain from it hitting even harder because there's less cushion up there. All the things that are there for the health of the structure have been depleted so that you can make a weight class and go in there and fight at a weight you didn't weigh in at.
The UFC also has the Performance Institute, which is an absolute blessing when it comes to fighter health, dieting, and weight cutting. But it would be nice to see more weight classes, as previously discussed. It's strange to me that we haven't seen those aforementioned weight classes in between, so that the Kevin Lees, Colby Covingtons, and Jared Cannoniers of the world have a place where they more likely belong, especially if weight cutting isn't going away. It's obvious that this is a massive issue, and that these organizations are actively trying to pursue change. The fact is, this sport puts an emphasis on weight cutting inherently. Gone are the days of open weight class one-night tournaments. Weight classes exist. And for as long as they exist, fighters will try and break that system. That's just human nature. But opening the discussion about the lesser-known physiological and psychological impacts is important. Many people commented on my CTE video saying, everyone knows this, what's the point of the video? But the reality is, many didn't. Professional fighters reached out to me saying they intend to spar less and not at all. They had no idea what the impact really was of getting hit in the head. That's the reality. Opening the discussion on every level, from fans like me and you, to the media, to the fighters, and the organizations themselves, is important.
That's a figgity fact. That is a figgity fact, y'all. Is it over?
For me, it's more about culture than anything. Jian Bing most likely knew that there was some risk associated with cutting weight, but would never have thought it would have cost him his life. But when you're in a sport where weight cutting is the norm, what incentive is there to do anything different? For every Kevin Holland who doesn't cut weight, there are 1,000 Habibs or Hamzats. And whilst death may be the complete extreme, we don't know the long-term effects of consistent and continuous weight cuts over a long and brutal career. And in a sport that already has its associated brain damage risks, this compounding factor paints a grim picture of psychological and physiological damage. It's especially frustrating when we see athletes rejuvenated when moving up to a weight class that more suits their stature. The problem is the negative feedback loop continues. Athletes forced to cut weight because fighting at their natural weight means running into weight bullies, or even still, there is no weight class for those who sit between borders and are robbers of systemic bodily torture. Something needs to change, but I doubt it ever will. So the cancelled fights, the damage, psychological or otherwise, will continue, and perhaps even more deaths, all for the sake of competition. I suppose there is a sport that exists, I guess, where there is no irreversible damage, damage that etches years away, damage that snuffs out life far too short through relentless ambition. There is a sport, I guess, where a wedding ring doesn't grip on hopelessly, threatening to fall off of a withered finger of a husband who knowingly and purposefully put himself through the very act of destroying his body for that marginal gain. But that sport isn't MMA. That sport doesn't know the limitless potential of enduring human spirit, the ecstasy of victory achieved in precise combat, glimpses into the unleashed heart of the impossible comeback, and the sobering reminder of mortality as the unbreakable man loses. This sport is defined by its risks, CTE, PEDs, weight cutting, but it is also equally defined by its glorious rewards, so gruelingly achieved. Perhaps that's why it's so beautiful. Perhaps that's why we as audiences and practitioners turn a blind eye to all of this.
Yeah, it's ringing fit. Man, this was a good salute to mixed martial academic, man. That was great work. Great work, man. Very informative. A lot of jewels in there. A lot of things to pick up on, man. And if you just really a fan of the sport and safety, you will understand that shit just, you know, these dudes killing themselves like that to make weight is wild. It just ain't smart. It's damaging over the long haul. Dodge J, what it do, family? How you feeling, bro? Appreciate your family. Man, and let me get back to my brother Rick, man, because Rick put some color in the chat. Much love to my brother Ricky Williams, man. Salute to you, Brody.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
$304 mark. All right, bet. I got you. Salute to my bro Rick, man. Much love, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Sub to the channel. We doing double duty today, man. Yeah, but you see, Buddy Ring didn't even fit, yo. So all that shrinking down the weights and then blowing back up. You heard him. You heard Joe Rogan talking about that's even worse than somebody that's doing PEDs, bro. That's the crazy part. That's wild. That's wild, bro. That's really wild. I'm telling you. That just really makes me not want to go for my lunchtime walks without a gallon of water. I'm telling you, man, I gotta stay on point. I even learned that they really say, you know, all that drinking water, like we ain't supposed to be on it like that. You're supposed to eat your water. And I know people like, what you mean eat your water? You're supposed to get the water through the fruit, as opposed to having to chug these gallons and gallons of water like that. There's some stuff I've been, you know, up on. Could be able to whip his ass too. Yeah, stuff like this. Well, I'm hopeful the combined boxing league, it will eliminate a lot of this. I'm telling you, it's a big problem in boxing, bro. It's like gaining 25 pounds overnight without IVs, gaining that much weight by eating the fluids will make them so sluggish on fight night. That's why you be seeing guys get knocked out for their first time. Mr. Empire knocked out, buzzed, dropped, all that stuff, because they dehydrating their bodies and draining the fluid from their brain. And you just heard it's easier to put it back in your body. And that's not even, you know, it's less difficult, should I say, to put the fluids back into your body than it is to the brain. It's much harder to put, rehydrate the brain after you done drained it, you know what I mean, of its fluids. So that shit is just too much risk involved. It's not healthy. It's not smart. It's not about being tough. It's about being smart. You want a life after the sport, life after boxing, life after mixed martial arts, bro. You can't, you already putting your health and everything on the line when you fighting, period. Like why make that 3 times as bad? Why increase your chances of something happening to you? You know what I mean? As opposed to just fighting where you should fight at. You know what I mean? Start that yak, you know, if it's about eating your water. Oh, nah, yeah. Nah. I don't know about that, but I've been aware of that, because for one, a lot of this water that people drink be acidic water, so it do the opposite of what it's supposed to do. So you better off eating, you know, some good fruit and getting water through that than drinking some of this acidic water that we drink. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying you can't drink no water, but it's also better ways to get, just like the better way to get sugar is through fruit instead of candies and all the processed sugars. That's some real knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to run around chugging gallons on gallons of water. You know what I mean? I done heard that from a number of different people. So it's just something like, because then now you all running around bloated with your stomach full. You ain't supposed to feel like that. You know what I mean? Tim Layton, my guy, JBT family was good with it. So that's just you know, it's some stuff is for, you know, some people, some is not. You know what I mean? But that's real. I mean, that was a CTE beat. I'm telling you, bro. Picasso was good with it. Snack will help. Imagine if Commerce Sports adequately minimum pay and the fees actually go to the fighters' retirement fund. To having a healthcare system, one can be hopeful. I'm telling you, facts. Watermelon, bro. Yeah, you get what I'm saying, Dodge J? Like, not everybody likes, you know, all information. Some people just like, I ain't trying to hear it, but I'm just telling you, a lot of this water does the opposite of what it's supposed to do. Why do y'all think y'all be chugging 5, 6, 7 bottles of water? You get what I'm saying? You ever drink water in your mouth dry? Don't tell me I'm the only one. Did you ever drink water in your mouth still? You be like, man, ain't really quenching your thirst, but you drinking. It just all water ain't good. You know what I mean? And you would be better off drinking are getting water through your fruits naturally and your sugars through your fruits rather than drinking somebody bottled ass water because they got a picture of some mountains and say it's from some springs or something. You get what I'm saying? Cantaloupe's pretty damn good too, though. Cantaloup's pretty good. I mean, it makes sense. H2O goes straight past the kidneys, not really getting filtered like the other things. So how much nutrients and vitamins do we get from drinking rather than eating? I'm telling you, something. Yeah, coconut water, yeah, no minerals or electrolytes, dude, mouth all dry and stuff. And I hear across the board, I've been hearing good things about coconut water as well. So it's just all about having some information. I don't mean you got to try to change your whole entire life or, you know what I mean? But it's some things that, you know, that's really valid out here. You know what I'm saying? That make a lot of sense. So Terrell McCray was good with the facts. I'm a nutrition and wellness coach. You spot on. Water actually dehydrates the body. Salute to Terrell. And you got experience in that field. You get what I'm saying? Water dehydrates the body. You know this because if you sit in the shower too long, your skin start to shrivel. Drunk 64 ounces of watermelon juice. I bet you was hydrated, bro. I bet you was far more hydrated than you would be, Terrell, than sitting up drinking bottle after bottle of spring water. People, sometimes we do stuff without thought. Like, I'm not saying don't drink a bottle of water, but you're not supposed to have to sit there and fill up where you run around where you can hear the water just shaking in your stomach because you just down in bottle after bottle. You know what I mean? Mouth still dry, but you don't even realize it. You know what I mean? That's why alkaline water be hitting. Right, man. BN Boxing News was good with it, fam. Tank was the loser get dropped. That would be an upset, man. It'll shake the room. Trying to find your cash app, just do. I'll type it in the chat. Lisa, appreciate you supporting the grind. I'll type it in the chat if somebody ain't beat me to it. We gonna get to it, man. I appreciate all the support from everybody, man. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, sub to the channel, all that good stuff. We gonna keep rocking. There it is. Lisa is sitting there. But yeah, man, you know, salute to him. He said, brother, I talk about this all the time. Salute to you, bro. I probably don't even listen to him. I might know who that is, but I probably came across it and probably don't even know. But yeah, man, just some information. I hear from multiple sources. So I just like information. That don't mean you try to change your whole entire life around, but you just take the information for what it is. I mean, you can never go wrong with eating you some good fruit that's actually clean and, real. You know what I mean? So you'll be hydrated more. You ever eat a nice piece of fruit, you know what I mean, or a bowl of fruit or whatever, and you be straight, you know what I'm saying? You be good. I mean, it's refreshing. It truly is, as opposed to drinking water that's acidic, making your mouth dry as hell. It's wild. I'm telling you, I done had that happen up here. Drink 3-4 bottles of spring water. I'm like, damn, I'm guzzling water, bro. Like, why? And you could look it up. They'll tell you which water is actually good for you to drink. That does hydrates. It actually does what it say it's supposed to do. A lot of this stuff don't do what it say it's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? But man, salute to everybody. That was salute to Mixed Martial Academy. That was dope, man. I like the insight about the weight cutting. I think that's a real big deal in boxing, bro. We seen it. How many times do you want to see somebody look like a skeleton on the scale to make weight? And sometimes we don't even question it. We be like, you look all right. Nah, you don't look all right. You look wild. You bone face ass, go up a weight class. You don't look good. You not all right. you bugging. You know what I'm saying? You're bugging. Coconut water is the best for hydrating. I heard very good things too, opulent, about coconut water. I don't think I heard no negatives just yet about it. You know what I mean? From the people that, be talking about that. But it is what it is, man. Everybody don't, what is what it is. Bone face, hoary face, my guy. What's good with it? You know what I mean? That shit dangerous, man. Dasani is terrible. That shit is Teddy Bab. Teddy Bab, man. Hold on. What was I? I was going to something because my brother Kyle sent me something. I had to watch. Said Tank said something. Hold on. Face all bony. You all emaciated in the face. Slim as hell in the face. You know what I'm saying? Emaciated and stuff, man. Looking crazy. Hell nah, that ain't good for your health, bro. Face looking like a damn scarecrow in the mouth. TJ Dillashaw was looking crazy as hell in the face, bro. He was looking wild, cutting all that damn weight like that. Man was comfortably shredded at 135. Well, really no body fat as it is. And then he dropped down to 125, came in on the scale at 124.6, looking like a scarecrow with muscles. The man legit looked like a scarecrow, some type of athletic ass salamander or something. Ain't no way in hell that's good for your health, bro. And then proceeded to go out there and get knocked out in 30 seconds. You know what I mean? Drain the hell out of his body. You know what I mean? Every ounce of water in his body. You know what I mean? Yeah, nah, I don't care for it too much either, P100. Right? You ain't alone. Dub Zeros, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling? Picasso coconut water has a lot of electrolytes. Yeah, I hear it's very good for you, man. But let's play this. Kyle Cooler sent me something to play. Share with y'all.
Yeah, that is crazy, and I definitely don't want to be someone like Devin. You know what I mean? Talk all that trash and then overlook my opponent and then get knocked out. So I'm definitely looking taking Frank Martin serious.
Okay, last 3 really quick questions. What is your favorite post-fight meal?
Favorite post-fight meal?
Yeah. After a big win, what would you love to eat? Favorite thing to eat?
Probably after a burger or something.
A burger?
Like that,
okay.
yeah.
And what 2 fighters would you love to see get in the ring? Like outside of yourself, 2 fighters that you, as a boxer, 2 fighters that you would love to see get in the ring.
Not fight each other, but outside, like
no, like fight in the ring. Yeah, 2 fighters that you would love to see
fight each other.
Yeah, in the ring. Yeah.
Fight each other. I can't even say.
You don't have 2 fighters you would love to see get in the ring?
No. I have 2 fighters that I love just to see in person. Probably I would say Nwinwe. Probably who else?
I thought they rushing me.
Yeah, damn. Who else?
Yeah, no. Okay, fine. Last question.
Yeah.
What would you like to see if you could change one rule in in boxing, the sport of boxing? What would you like to change?
People that come in weight too heavy. That's it.
Okay.
That's about it.
Man, you heard. That's what Tank said. People coming in too heavy, that crazy rehydration stuff. Know what I mean? That crazy rehydration, jumping in and going crazy like that. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Y'all make sure y'all hitting that like button, subbing to the channel, man. We gonna keep building. Hold on, salute. Somebody I got a notification. He ain't lie. I'm just telling you, that's not aimed at one specific fighter. That's just in general. It's not healthy. It eliminates the whole it's weight classes for a reason thing. That's all. You want an even playing field. Dudes shouldn't have with Wilder. Think about it. And people will call Wilder everything but his name. And he in there fighting guys 70 pounds heavier than him. Salute to the queen, Lisa, man, coming through heavy in the cash app. Much love, much appreciation, queen. That is much appreciation. That's huge right there, man. I appreciate you greatly.
If I was Floyd and he was me, he would never have to fight again because that exhibition shit.
Yeah.
As me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds, and we both gonna get $100+ million for it,
right?
And we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due, and we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Had to do that for the queen. Much love, much appreciation for that. That's huge support. Appreciate you, Lisa. If it's still in the building. She's a trash ass journalist. Yeah, she though. What was up? The last question I was focused on. Them joints was a little off. Maybe it's her first time. Maybe she's still new at it. TJ and Ferguson were never the same. Facts, Mr. Empire. So again, bro, I just like the information that's in that. That's very important, bro. That stuff needs to be heard. Like, it's not worth it. A 23-year-old, like, we feel like you're already able to get away from it with it because these dudes be young. But think about it, a 23-year-old, young as hell, passed away from that. Killing himself through the weight cut, had to call it off, started going through a stroke, had to take him, rush him to the hospital, and he just didn't make it. They try to hurry up and rehydrate him, get with the IVs, put the fluids back in him, but he did so much damage to himself in that period of time, it was just irreversible. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's tough, bro. That's tough. That is tough. That is tough, man. So look, man, just be smart, man. I like what Tank said. People could be mad. Everybody could have their own opinion over here. It's all good. We don't all have to agree and think the same. It's just a conversation. I like what Tank is saying because and you got to think that's a small ass dude. That keeps things in check, man. Shit, maybe Wilder wouldn't be getting knocked around if he wasn't outweighed by 40, 50, 60, 70 pounds. You get what I'm saying, by God? So I don't know, man. And think about it. People will call that man everything but his name, bro. Everything but his name. They'll call him everything but his name. You get what I'm saying? And he a real one going in there being outweighed significantly. Oh, Windmill Wilder, he can't box. All he got is a right hand. He's done. He's finished. Tyson Fury ended him. It's all his ignorance when this man really going in there showing you what it means to be a man, a real one, a true fighter going in there putting his life on the line against dudes that outweigh him significantly is crazy. Undersized heavyweight and all that. And he's still going in there and sparking these dudes. And they had to cheat that man for him to lose. They had to cheat him. So, man, put some respect on Wilder's name. When you see what these dudes is doing to have an advantage, and he running into these fights full on, head on with being outweighed crazy and stretching people, bro. Gotta rock with this dude, bro. You gotta rock with him. If you don't like the style of fighting, if you don't like him, the boxer, you gotta appreciate the mentality and him trying to bring you entertainment and not ducking and running from no smoke. Even if you don't like the way he fight, you gotta appreciate that mentality that he bring, that energy. That shit is one of a kind, man. Salute the Bomb Squad, man, for being the opposite of what these dudes is doing. They shrinking down to fight in weight classes where they don't belong. Him arguably could probably be somewhere like what they say, Bridger weight, but nah, he in there with the big dog, stomping with him and stopping him. But they'd call him out his name the time he loses to somebody. That's crazy, man. It's crazy work. Ain't never lost to a bum fighter. They call Wilder all tight. Ain't never lost to a trash fighter ever. Still to this day, never lost to a bad fighter. They call him out his name, and he taking the ultimate challenges, bro. Shit different, man. Salute to my guy Opulent, man. Much love to you, bro. Much love. Appreciate you, man. LaMarcus, what's good with it, family? And salute again to the Queen, Lisa, man. That is huge, big time support, man. That is much love to you. But man, it is what it is. I would say, like, my thoughts on it, I feel like dudes should fight closer to their walk around weight. I don't think I ain't saying exactly at your walk around, but much closer to the point, at least where when you have to cut weight, it's not a grueling, strenuous training camp that's taken from your life. They said dude took years off his life for doing that, y'all. He took years off his life. You think, is that worth it? Taking years off your life, bro? That shit ain't worth it. Not years, dude. Not years off your life. Not no years, bro. To lose a fight at that. Come on, man. Them fans ain't gonna care when you beat up CTE somewhere, wheelchaired up. They're gonna be talking about, yeah, that's that dude, man. He took too many blows to the head. Nah, he ain't had no defense. Ain't one too many blows. Come on, man. You know how it go. People don't appreciate that shit the way you think they do. Don't put your health at an unnecessary risk just to have an unfair advantage. And at the end of the day, it's still backfire. It ain't worth it. You want to be great? You feel like you done dominated the weight class where you at? Go up, not down. Up, not down. You done dominated the weight class for years. Case in point, dude was at 135 doing his thing. He go shrink down to 125 and come standing on the scale at 124.6, looking like he using, looking like a strong ass fiend. Man, hell no, I don't want to see that for no fighter. I don't want to see no fighter go out like that. And then y'all wonder why Buddy is a good chance where it looked like his punch resistance could have been compromised. That's because he killing himself on the scale, bro. Killing himself on the scale. Then you're blowing up and you think you're protected because you done put on all this weight overnight. No, there's still negative effects to it. It's not worth it. You draining the fluids from your body, draining the fluids from your brain. They clearly saying that it's not even easy to get it all back into your body, let alone your brain, which is much harder, which is leading to these head injuries, concussions. Come on, man. Who didn't see the Book Award? Who didn't see the Book Award where he got caught with the shot by Darnell Boone and he said he don't even know how he finished the fight. He don't even remember it. Dude fighting concussed the whole time. Now imagine putting yourself in a position to increase the chances of that concussion by 3 or more. And then you wonder why dudes is getting took out in boxing and not making it out. That's why all this shit, man, killing yourself to make weight. That ain't it, bro. Nah, fight closer to your weight, man. That's it. That's all. If you find out that you're fighting at a weight class and you're feeling drained when you get in the ring, or you're so drained when you cutting weight, you clearly need to go up, bro. And that's just to anybody that's doing it. Don't cry weight drain like somebody's forcing you to stay at a weight class. Don't cry weight drain when a much smaller guy is trying to make sure you don't come in here and outweigh him by 30 pounds. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Fight where you belong fighting at, and you don't have to be drained. Make the weight that you're supposed to be fighting at. So I was good with it. Pump chasers, but it's on fitness.com. Salute to my guy, Tim Lee. You know what I'm saying? Be smart out there, man. Y'all make sure y'all hitting that like button, something to the channel, man. We're going to keep building, y'all. Going to keep building, man. I just think it's time to smarten up. It's a lot of information out there. It's time to stop being dumb to this stuff. I know dudes want advantages. They want to come in there with the ups and all that stuff. Every little inch counts. Every little advantage counts. I understand it, but at what cost? At what cost? And is it really an advantage? Is it really an advantage if you put your health at risk and you intensifying that several times over because you killing yourself and draining the fluids from your body and brain? It's not worth it. I don't give a damn if you do slip in and get a couple wins in there, because some guys, everybody don't lose, but at some point it's going to catch up to you. And like, you know, what fight is going to be one too many where you're doing that? You get what I'm saying? When your body telling you it's enough, it's enough. When your body saying go up, go up, go up. You heard what Monster NUA say, Anthony. What's good with it, family? You heard what Monster NUA said. He said, "Yo, I'll go up to 26 when my body ready. Right now, I'm at 22. I'm gonna be here for a little while longer. I ain't going up to my body ready." You see what I'm saying? He ain't forcing it, but he ain't fighting it either. You get what I'm saying? When it's time to go up, go your ass up, not down. You dominated division. You pretty much grown in there. You dominated division. The next step ain't to go down. That's not logical. That's not smart. It's not safe. Go your ass up and test yourself out with the bigger guys. That's what you do. You don't shrink down. Just didn't make a lot of sense, man. Be smart about it. So salute to everybody. I thought that was a very informative piece, man. I like it. I like the information. I'm big on information because I don't got all the answers. That told me a lot, man. And that's very similar. And then you see it for a second. They hinted how boxers even losing life being in the smaller weight class. They're doing the same thing. Killing themselves to make them small ass weights, or you could blow up and have an advantage over your guy on fight night. And putting your health at the ultimate risk. It's not sensible, man. It just don't make sense, bro. I get it, sacrificing all that, but be smart about it, bro. Understand that what come with that. I don't want to hear about no fighters telling me that somebody weight drained them. That's stupid. Don't make no sense. Go your ass up. Ain't nobody telling you to fight in that weight class. Oh, I was drained. I don't want it to go up. Go up. That shit is real, bro. That shit is real. All types of people. Performances getting affected because they struggling to make weight classes. Eddie Hearn. I don't know how much money Ray Ford got for that fight. I'm not in his pockets at all. I don't even need to know that. But Eddie Hearn, case in point, we just had a fighter have a phenomenal performance. One of the best he could have had. He had a buzzer beater knockout over a puncher in the 12th round with about 12 seconds to go. And you legit hear this man, or I know you've been on Twitter with anything else. This man clearly said he was going up to 130. You start having bright ideas. Now all of a sudden you got bright ideas. Now all of a sudden you remember that it's a Nick Ball he can fight, right? Now that's what you got, bright ideas, bro. Come on, man. Get out of here. You're supposed to tell your man, I got you, and I'm gonna support you every step of the way. We going to 130. Not know, I know you want to go to 130, but I got one more opportunity for you here. No, after knowing what I know, hell no. Hell no. I'm blaming all promoters, man. I don't care. Don't try to, and part of me is not mad because these fighters, y'all know they trying to get their bag. So y'all try to blind them to put their health at risk for a bag. They already putting their health at risk. So I don't give a damn what you say. Ain't no amount of money worth it if you ain't going to be around and spend it comfortably with your health intact, with your faculties intact. I ain't trying to hear that. When I hear a fighter say it's tough for me to make the weight, I want nothing more. I don't care who it is than to see them go up, than to see them sit still, sit idle, keep trying to kill yourself to make the weight. Then you end up getting your ass beat or something worse. Come on, nah, man. Hell nah. After seeing that, I don't need to see no more cases where somebody die. It's happening in boxing too. I don't need to see no more cases because people killing themselves to make weight for people entertainment while these dudes trying to line their pockets. The bag is not more important than the life. You can make another bag. You can't get another life. That's real. You can't get another life. Yeah, you can make another bag. Yeah, you want to make your money, but you ain't getting another life. You see dudes is having irreversible damage from these wild ass weight cuts. Developing anemia from cutting weight is wild. Developing an eating disorder, cutting weight is wild. Come on, man. Ain't shit cool about that. And y'all out here trying to convince dudes, yeah, just, oh, well, I got this opportunity. So what? Get him an opportunity at 130 where he comfortable at. Ain't that your fighter? Do the best for him. You can get him a bag where he comfortable. He gave 26 everything he had. He gave Komatov everything he had in that fight. He ain't had to be there, man. And man, salute the Ray for it. I applaud you for taking a chance. It ain't even on you. Eddie should have informed you, instructed you. Yo, look, I think it's best that we go up. You said it. I'm supporting it. Let's go to 130 and terrorize. Let's take over 130. Not start coming up with bright ideas. Yeah, I got one more fight for you, Ray. Nah, bro. Nah. We don't got one. We don't need the one more fight. Let my man go up there. He gave 26 all he had, bro. What the hell wrong with y'all, man? One more fight. Nah, he didn't need one more. He needed the only fight he needed to be at 130. Salute to Ray Ford for not making no excuses and just taking a loss and congratulating Nick Ball, saying he's the better man. But you better than Nick Ball. That's what I'm saying. Just do saying that. Ain't no way in hell you lost the fight because he better than you. Got outworked maybe from an activity standpoint because I don't believe your energy was there on the night. That's what I believe. Should have let it from here on out. Fighters be smart. I wish more fighters would watch that piece right there about that weight cut. And it ain't worth it, man. Your body telling you going up. Go where your body telling you to go. Go where your body telling you to go. You know what I'm saying? Go where your body is telling you to go. They want that dehydrated body look. I'm telling you, man. Just I seen an interview where he wants to do the same thing to Dev. He pushing for the Dev Matiz fight. He trying to get Dev sparked out again. That's too early for him, LaMarcus. Respectfully, I think that's a bad move early. L-Dub Boxing, the fax machine is in the building. Glad you in here, man. Salute that L-Dub. He dropped something in my lap earlier. And I'll be telling y'all he the fax machine. He stay plugged in. I call him the plug too, man. I'm nicknaming my boy all types of names, bro, because he on point. But he Fulton versus Ronnie Rios, August 10th. He said Plant is the main event, working on his opponent. I think it's Andre, free Amazon card. I'm hearing, so are you hearing anything else? Because I did hear that is Andre too, possibly. L-Dub. I hear Andre and Plant might fight. That's a good ass fight. I'm hearing Andre and Plant might be the fight, man. You walk around like I'm buff. Now you dehydrated fats, you know what I mean? No strength. You out here sickly, you know what I'm saying? You out here sickly. They know it's killing them. Just don't have confidence that they can do any work at their natural weight. And that's terrible, P. Hunter, because it's gonna get you in the long run, bro. Emmanuel Carter, what it do, family? Same thing happened to Joe Cordina. I agree 1,000,000%, Dub. Going to the well one too many times. And then look, what happened to him, Dub? He gets stopped. Come on, man. They draining their bodies of fluids and draining their brains. Then all of a sudden you start looking like a different fighter, mess around and don't be the same guy no more. Yeah, all across the board. Salute to Joe Cordina for, I get it. You wanted another opportunity, but man, y'all got to start going up. Influence your guys to go up. When you see that your guys are struggling to make a weight cut, don't keep influencing them to stay there, money or not, bro. Make some money in another division. I ain't trying to see people go out like that. If I see a guy lose, I want to see a guy lost because he lost to a fighter that was better than him, he or she, not because you was drained or you lack of fluids to the brain and you can't even get out of the way of a shot. Like, come on, man. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see no damn vegetables. You know what I'm saying? You start allowing the IBF route. I'm telling G Anthony across the board, they need to do that. Jesse Hart is another name I heard for Plant. Okay. Obviously, I know Andre is the more click-worthy, Dub. That's the more click-worthy name. So hopefully it's Andre. Let me go check on Andre post, see if he's dropping any breadcrumbs in case on PEDs too. Yeah. Man, and look, GM and family, everybody that was just listening, that piece that I played, they said that shooting up with all that weight is worse than somebody using PEDs or like some type of testosterone or something like that. They said the weight is worse. And that's coming from other people that's in that field, not me. Don't take my word for it. Go check that piece out if y'all didn't catch it that I just played. That's all. I ain't here to call nobody no weight bully. I'm just here to highlight how dangerous that is, and to each his own. But it's an extreme amount of risk that come with that, and it's not smart and it's not good. James, what it do, fam? You say Bill Master's son over. I think they miscalculated and they approached this last one the wrong way. Respectfully, I think they approached it the wrong way for sure. I think it was a much smarter way that he could have approached the fight, in my honest opinion, because he is that smart. You know what I'm saying? What I was expecting or thinking he was supposed to do, he's very more than capable of doing that. You know what I'm saying? But it's boxing, so you live and you learn. The beautiful thing about it is after you make a mistake, you have the opportunity to go, you know, try to watch some film, tape, and see what went wrong. Assess some things from preparation to team to training, all that stuff, right? I just don't want to keep seeing guys, you know, and look, James, that's arguably why he got buzzed so early with the very first shot. People are trying to say, oh, that's because he chinny. Nah, it could have been that he killed himself with the weight cut again, too. It could have been that. That's a real thing. And I know they're going to be like, well, that's his fault. I get it. But they have a team, and I think his team need to be very mindful with that. Take the heed to what Bob Arum said about, you know, him fighting at 47. He wouldn't have him fighting at 147. He said he's fighting at weight classes that's too small. You know what I mean? Too small. Ben Whitaker fighting on Saturday, too. I know he has something crazy in store for us. Appreciate you, dog. I told y'all he the fax machine, the plug. He on top of it, yo. Appreciate you, bro. He fighting on Saturday, too. Bet. What time is fight? He coming on a bit early, right? Big Dre, what up, family? How you feeling? So, yeah, man, that was very informative. It was good. It was good info, man. It was something that I think more people need to pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? That weight bully term wouldn't exist if people wasn't trying to, you know, weigh in at, you know, whatever weight, whether it's 147, but you really should be at 160. Like, you want to balloon up in the 60s, but you don't want to fight nowhere near it. Make it make sense, bro. That's clearly not right. I'm not rocking with the, oh, I made weight, so it don't matter. I'm not rocking with that. It do matter. Yeah, I respect the fact that you made weight, but it's the flip side. The other side is the crazy rehydration is bogus. Nah, I don't respect that. Nah, you clearly trying to be 3 weight classes bigger than the guy and then act like it's normal because you made weight. I don't give a damn. You're not going because you know, you're not technically breaking the rules. Like you stayed true to making the weight. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I get the balloon up. It don't matter if I'm 200 and I'm supposed to be fighting at 60. Like, what the hell are you talking about? It do matter. That's crazy. Go your ass up there and fight with people weigh 200 pounds. Go your ass up there to cruiserweight where you belong. Something like that. Come on, man. I don't be wanting to see that. I want to see the best fight the best, and I want to see if when people lose, I don't need it to be because somebody had wild ass weight advantage or this guy was cooked from the weight and got, you know what I mean, got broke up. I don't want to see fights like that. Rude Exposure, what's good, famo? How you feeling? King, what it do, fam? Well, Devin, when Tyson went to his room right before the fight, I could tell he looked tired and drained. Yeah. And somebody sent me a video. I think it was Ant McQueen. He sent me a video, King, where he was outside walking with his team, walking down the street, and he couldn't even get his words out because he probably was so like spent from the cutting of the weight. That was crazy. Like, it was almost like you out of breath, almost like you can't get your words out. It was crazy. It was crazy to see that. Sanctioned cheating is what they called it, Cash. Sanctioned cheating. Word. That Whitaker card started 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, right? On the Peacock app. Appreciate you, bro. That's for all that's rocking with the young upcoming talent, Ben Whitaker. 1:30 Eastern Standard Time on the Peacock app. Appreciate that, Dub. I like Ben Whitaker, man. He entertaining. I like him. I don't have a problem with nothing he doing because it looked like he really being himself. And as long as you being yourself, I'm gonna accept what you bring to the table. So the showboating and stuff, he's entertaining and he actually can fight. People trying to say the reason he's doing all the showboating because he can't really fight. But I think that's BS. I think he being who he is, and it's fun. It's fun to watch him, and he actually could fight. Of course, he ain't beat nobody so significant yet, but he's very early in his career. And so far, so good. I like what I'm saying. Like the couple fights that I've seen from him, beating guys up and making it entertaining. So I don't have a problem with it. You need a Ben Whitaker type in boxing, right? Entertainment guy that ain't, you know, scared to be himself and just gonna do him. He don't care who like it. You know what I mean? That they're gonna accept it or they not, but they gonna get on board because they're gonna see as long as he being his authentic self, he'll be all right. You know, it was 173 tonight. He fought Floyd. It's crazy, bro. And you get what I'm trying to say, Big B-Lo? That shit is crazy, bro. Salute to you, famo. Heard still active. Let him get some action. Right. Ben is sweet. Yeah, I like him, man. I like him. Some people don't have the power to go up and wait. Yeah, man, but it's a tough decision, Mr. Empire. They got to do something. You did. Trying to dub him the next Hassan. Yeah, man. You gotta be smart with that weight stuff, man. That stuff gets spooky, bro. DOG was good, famo. Ben fights not too far away from me Saturday. Oh, yeah, right. 1:30. Dub just told me on the Peacock app. Appreciate Dub. Always dropping the information, man. Y'all go make sure y'all check the good brother out, man. Right, man. So be smart, be smarter, man. Make better decisions, man. Don't put your health at risk for a bag, man. Don't let nobody, when your body's saying it's time, it's time. Y'all seen me play the Regis video too, just to be, you know, fair. Like he's going through it. Like that stuff crazy, man. Killing yourself like that to make weight is bogus. You know what I'm saying? It's bogus and it's very risky. Very risky, very dangerous, man. But, man, salute to y'all. But we're going to get back into this while we here. We're going to rock out for a bit longer. So, let's get into this, man. I don't know if y'all caught the clip. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing wrong. Everybody feel how they want. Tim Bradley say he want to see Tank get floored. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to see Tank get dropped. Let me roll the clip and I'm going to, you know, give you my response to it.
I want to see Tank get floored and I want to see what he can do after that. I want to see him get floored, guys. I'm telling you. And if he does, and he gets up and he passes with flying colors and he figures out a way, he is a dog without a question. He'll be considered a dog because I have questions about Tank.
I would like to turn to the rest of that because I'm pretty sure that Paulie was about to get on his ass for that comment. You don't have to get dropped to prove you a dog. You don't have to go in there and get beat from pillar to post or let somebody put hands on you with any, you know, consistency or regularity to be considered a dog. That's why I love Andre Ward. There's different ways to show a dog. You don't have to show dog by going in there getting your ass beat in a fight, in a boxing match. There's other ways to show that. And that's very ignorant approach. You know what I mean? To go in there, yeah, let me get dropped so I can prove to everybody. Now, I get it. You want to see him battle that type of adversity because he has yet to face that. But it's just the way you said it, right? The way you set it up. You don't have to show dog in that way. You get what I'm saying? Showing dog to me is going there consistently and beat your guy. That's a dog to me, a winner, a consistent winner, a guy that's going to go in there and fight his fight and get it done. You know what I'm saying? That's a dog to me. Yeah, you know some people, you see their beards get tested. You know what level of dog you're dealing with, but there's other ways to show that. And taking punishment, last time I checked, it's never cool to take punishment at all for any stretch. You know what I'm saying? Tim say he want to see Tank get floored to see if he can get up and bounce back. And I get it again. He want to see if he can bounce back from the adversity of somebody hurting him enough where he gets knocked down or something like that. Because look, that don't necessarily mean nothing. David Benavidez got knocked down, but it was a flash knockdown. He wasn't hurt at all, but he did get up and win the fight and rematch the guy and beat him even more convincingly. So it all depends. But he talking like he want to see him get hurt and have to get up and fight back. He ain't just no regular knockdown. He want to see him get clinked up and then get up and fight. Same clown and say he didn't remember getting dropped by Pat. Bro, God's self, because that mentality is not good for boxing. Ain't nothing cool about taking punishment, bro. Ain't nothing cool about it. That's not the only way to entertain the fans. Get beat up. That ain't it. That ain't it. No, I mean, just ask Ruslan Provodnikov, Mr. No Defense himself. See how he shortened his career with that approach, head first approach. Y'all make sure y'all smashing the like button, sub to the channel. You want to go a step farther and become a member. We are getting closer to our member goal, and we gonna keep building, man. We getting there. We on the road to 10K. Salute to everybody supporting and building. This is the second live of the day. We did about a 4-hour live early this morning, and we came right back 2 hours later with another build for y'all good people, man. So y'all make sure y'all tighten your boy up and hit the like button, sub to the channel. Make sure your notifications on and all that good stuff. I got Tank working the whole ring for about 3 to 4 rounds, picking and placing body shots. And about 6 or 7, I think Tank hurt Frank with a 3-punch combo, starting with a body shot, 7 to 8. I like that, Rude. I like that. So yeah, man. GM is different ways to show a dog. Like, I get it. He got his assessment. I'm gonna let the Hall of Famer get it, but I just have a train of thought, and I think that's backed up by what another Hall of Famer and Andre Ward said, right? So said that's not the only way to show dogs. So I ain't gonna say Tim wrong. I understand what he's saying, but nah, Tank need to go in there and beat ass, and that's what I want to see. They found a way to mention anyway after that clip. Just probably did. Probably, they got a love affair with that guy right now. Timothy Bradley knows what's up. He just be saying just so they won't think he too smart. So that ain't the only thing he said, y'all. Y'all think that clip is the only clip. That's not the only clip. Him saying he want to see him get dropped. Okay, I got another clip for y'all what Mr. Bradley had to say. Let's roll a tape, man. Roll a clip, man.
Loma, Shakur Stevenson, anybody that holds a belt at 135 pounds, that's what we want to see Tank in the ring with, man. He has yet to face an A-level guy, a guy that's like him, someone that's going to give him a threat or be a threat. Frank Martin is not an easy task, but he should be able to pass this test this weekend because the experience factor. He's the bigger puncher. He knows how to lure guys in and make them fall asleep and then put them to sleep. But yeah, I think I've always wanted to see him fight against Loma, man.
He wanted to see the Loma fight. He said he ain't never fought no A-level fighter. He ain't never fought nobody like him. It's true, but I don't think he ever will fight nobody like him per se, right? Because it's only him. So he's only one. It's only one Tank Davis. But I get what he's saying. Fighting another guy. I'm just giving him a hard time. But he mean fighting somebody that's, on that level. And that's not even going to be easy because that list of people is not extremely large or long, especially at the 135-pound weight division. I don't mind seeing him fight Lomachenko. Lomachenko looked phenomenal against George Kambosos. I predicted he would possibly stop him late. Definitely said it was going to be an ass whooping one-sided, and Loma was going to style on him. He was going to look like the Matrix, High Tech, all those nicknames that they like to call him. That's exactly what he looked like against Kambosos. He styled on him in every way, shape, or form. He looked phenomenal in his last fight. Listen, if they keep calling for this Loma fight, somebody ask Loma again if he want to fight Tank, so he could say again. For what? For money? That's what he gonna say. Millen Films, what's good with it? Tank him try. Well, yeah, I think he's gonna hurt him. Jay Allen in the building. What's good, fam? I think he's gonna try to take it to him too. It's one of them A-level guys can hurt Tank. You dig what I'm saying? And I ain't saying he can't be hurt, GM, but you dig what I'm saying. That list ain't long. That's all I know. Respectfully, I know y'all already know my thoughts about what the fight is. That's my guy, Core. But those other guys definitely they make good fights, but they're victims, in my opinion, unless Tank is to have a bad night or something like that. Crazy. Something like that happen. Other than that, fully healthy, those other guys are just KO victims waiting to happen, bro. Anything to Tim. Nah, he don't. Man, Tim is the same dude that he tried to entertain the fans and took years off his career and possibly his life in that Ruslan provider call. Much respect to the Hall of Famer, but he be tripping sometimes. Must see Tank get dropped because David did. Manuel Carter, right. So RBS just to say, yeah, just to fight. BVO Boxing was good, fam. How you feeling? Been here the whole cook. Appreciate you. A1, that's my guy. That's love, man. Appreciate all y'all. And again, man, much love to the Queen Lisa in the Cash App. She got to make sure I give her a just due. I don't know if she's seen it while she was here. Loma won't be styling on Tank. Hell no, Thrill. He gonna be styling a nap, stylishly sleep, playing around. But nah, I don't think he'll be high tech. He ain't gonna be the Matrix against a fighter like Tank, because Tank is too athletic and he won't allow him to be that. And I don't see Loma being like that with Tank. It'll be a good fight though. It'll still be a good fight. Loma still look like he hanging in there with the big dogs, man. Much respect to Loma, but they keep calling for it. My question is, do Loma really want that fight? 6-7 fight deal. Hopefully Loma is in it because he need his ass handed to him. You dig? I'm getting knocked down and bounces back with anything about what would happen in the fight. Oh man, Gio, man, you on his ass. We get knocked down and bounces back would tell us anything about what happened fighting them 3 mentioned names. Man, I'm telling you, it'll mean he a dog, GM. It'll mean he's a true dog. If he get knocked down, you out there and get dropped. It shows, and you can bounce back and win. It shows you a real dog. Now you go out there and whoop ass and break your guy down and stop him without getting dropped. That also shows you a damn dog. You get me, Jim. You get me, family. You go out there and beat a guy ass or it's a good fight and you go out there and break your guy down, stop him and end up, drop him, end up stopping him. That's plenty of dog to me. You know what I mean? So Devin hasn't tweeted in 4 days. He's waiting to see if Tank lose. Yeah, I think they got the best chance of beating each other, Reef. I always say that. I know people feel like it's a open and shut case for Tank. People feel like 100% certainty that he beats everybody at 35 and most people at 140. I mean, everybody at 42. So, they say he don't got no 50-50 fights at 35, or I ain't heard some people say he don't got no 50-50 fights at all, but I just can't wait to see the 6 or 7 fight thing play out. I'm always rock with Tank, support what he got going on. Like, I love this fight for boxing, and I'm glad we getting each passing day, we getting closer and closer. We on Thursday. We got 2 more days, man. You know what I mean? Got 2 more days, 2 wake ups, y'all. We got to sleep and 2 more wake ups, man. You did, and we gonna be there. We gonna be there. We can't. Tim Brown say he was supposed to retire to Ryan one. Yeah, man. He was, wasn't he? Then GM. We almost forgot about that. We almost forgot about that, G's. You know what I'm saying, Chief? We almost forgot about that. You dig me? At least take a long vacation. Yo, something, man. Y'all make sure y'all smashing the like button, sub to the channel, man. Let's keep building, man. Like I said, salute to everybody that pulled up earlier. We had a 4-hour build early this morning, and we back again doing double duty as promised. So putting that work in, you know what I mean? Make sure y'all, hitting that like button and all that good stuff, man. But yeah, man, Tim said he want to see Tank get dropped. Man, I don't have a big issue with it. I get it. He want to see if he can bounce back after somebody hurt him, because that's something he haven't seen just yet. But like I said, there's levels and there's different ways to show dog. I wouldn't want my guy to show dog by getting dropped. Nah, go in there and dominate. That's be dog enough for me. Go in there and outthink your guy, outsmart him, and beat him convincingly. That's a more than enough dog for me. So we could expect fireworks in that fight at some point. Once the fisticuffs get to going back and forth, it's gonna be one of them. It's gonna be one of them type of fights, bro. Can't do that with the Freedom Belt. I say kick it over the top rope. Yeah, that Freedom Belt bogus. They got some images up there that I ain't really on par with. I don't like the whole idea of the Freedom Belt. I don't think they need it. It's a little trinket. It should have been a different belt, like Dub was saying, maybe a BMF belt, bad MF belt, or something like that. You know what I mean? Something like that. So if anything, maybe something more playful where you could be like, all right, this is basically a trophy. But Freedom Belt, it just don't got a good, it don't ring over this way. It don't got a good ring to it, and I don't like it. Frontline, what it do, fam? How you feeling, bro? Yeah, he said they can give me that Freedom Belt. Yeah, they can give me one of them checks, though. I'll tell you that. Cut me a check. You know what I mean? They gave Freedom Belt to Gary Russell, did they? I mean, I heard they had one thing for Charlo too. So I hear they knew. I just never paid attention to it. You know what I mean? And I think they put some real different emphasis on it this time around. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. We'll see. We'll see. I just don't care for it. I ain't going to cry about it, but I don't feel like they need it. You know what I mean? But whatever. To each his own. Some people like it. Some people don't. That belt to Russell's. Yeah, somebody say Gary. Whoever rules is still asleep. Yeah, you dig what I'm saying? Rude exposure, just weird. It's just, I think the intent behind it might have been cool, but the results was a little shaky. We're gonna fight Loma next, because Loma coming off his best win. Loma losing again. Tank will not get his credit for sleeping. Yeah, facts, Mr. Empire. That's why I hope he's somewhere soon in the mix too. If he ain't gonna fight Shakur, he should fight Tank or somebody. You know what I mean? But I think they're gonna try to stick Loma in there with Baranchik, something like that. I could see it. What about the Freedom Belt? Just another souvenir? Yeah, definitely just another souvenir. I just don't like the name and what they're trying to say is for. It's just a little. We don't need that from y'all, but whatever. It's cool. You know what I mean? It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Whatever. But I still got some little clips of Tank ass is a menace, man. He been funny this whole time. And when my guy Jude at, man, he wanted this little clip of Tank acting silly, man. I think I got it in here. Yeah. Jude, I don't know if you still in here.
Just like Tank. Because we're going to put that work in.
This boy Tank a fool cutting up, bro. Doing karate chops and stuff. This boy cutting up, man. Cutting up, y'all.
Yeah, I got the picture. I got the record. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. That's gonna fuck up our friendship. I ain't gonna do that. Look.
How do you feel about Ryan Garcia picking you to knock him out?
Huh?
Ryan Garcia picked you to knock out Frank.
Yeah, but he said I don't got power.
No, he knows.
Right. Beat his ass.
Frank like, nah, he said I ain't got power.
That'll be a major fight.
Yeah. I'll fight him at 40.
Did you invite him to the fight? Is he coming?
Fuck him.
Say he'll fight him at 40.
Y'all even like each other though.
How does he do with Fundor?
What dirt? What's the name, man?
I don't know, see that your people. Y'all all stepping, huh?
What dirt got, man? Hey, Frank, he don't like me.
Frank is a fool.
He don't like me. Frank, he don't like me.
So you don't like Leonard? What that mean?
I love Leonard. I don't like sports, motherfucker. I like Leonard. Yo, Earl, my boy though.
Who said Frank? He don't
I ain't gonna tell y'all what he told me on the phone though. I ain't gonna tell y'all that. I ain't gonna. I'm gonna kick Frank ass and you only here for the money. Yeah.
Nah. Take a damn pest, bro. He been a damn pest this whole time, bro. His ass a pest, bro. He won't leave it alone. Keep messing with that man. Hey, with Derek, man. You think Derek starts, so he's like, man, it's gonna mess up our friendship. Man, you love to see him in his element, bro. Look, King just said the same thing, bro. You love to see the boy in his element, man, and having fun. And credit to Frank Martin. I love the focus. Like his eyes tell a different story. He might have flinched and all that, and I think that's human reaction and all that. But it is funny as hell seeing him flinch like that. But I think his eyes tell a story that he really trying to win. You know what I'm saying? Them all day talking shit. You can tell. I'm telling you, they cool. They just remind me of that badass kid. The laugh, bro. The laugh is like, he a badass kid. Yeah, Aisha out here start. Tank Davis starting stuff. He starting stuff. But yeah, this is another little clip. I think I was playing it before, but I like his mentality right here. Check this little clip out as well.
What happened with the Haney and Garcia fight? So that's why I'm like, anything can happen, which is crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy, and I definitely don't want to be someone like Devin. You know what I mean? Talk all that trash and then overlook my opponent and then get knocked out. So I'm definitely taking Frank Martin serious.
Yeah, and that ain't even about that, but it's just about it's cool to talk shit, but you better not prepare for the shit that you talking about. Like you saying somebody trash that can't fight, don't go in the gym preparing that way. You get what I'm saying? So regardless of his critiques and criticism for Frank, he taking the fight very serious. You don't want to go in there overlooking a guy thinking shit sweet and then get smoked and sparked up. So I mean, he never once disputed anything that Tank said. Nah, I know. It's funny. He's like, well, he's about the set for the where he said he don't like you. He said he here for the money. You know what I mean? Tank and EJ are really family, but this is business, so they gotta make this paper. Absolutely, bro. Yeah, Judah, man, he seen him doing the child. Tank was talking so smooth when she was interviewing him. Yeah. That one, Devon was good with it, family. Said Devin was an example. Everybody else gonna be on point. Yeah, you gotta be on point. That's the thing about boxing. Losses happen, and the fighter that lost and other fighters can learn from that loss as well. You know what I'm saying? It's exactly why you take everybody serious. You treat everybody like a fighter. You know what I mean? You don't cut no corners. Not saying he did. You cross every T, dot every I. Preparation need to be on point. Game plan and execution need to be on point as well. Don't ever allow fans that are more than likely hoping that you lose to dictate how you fight, bro, because it's just not smart. It's foolish. It's just not smart at all. Right, we'll be friends after the fight. Right. I'm telling you, that's how they looking at it. We could be friends later. And that's how people want to see it, right? They hate these friend stuff in boxing, right? Nobody likes this friend stuff in boxing. Everybody be friends. I don't like nobody needs to be no friends. Nah, everybody like each other. Everybody need to fight. So we'll see, man. Again, I can't say nothing more than how excited I am for the fight, man, for the whole card. But R. Stokes was good with it. He said, salute to you, famo. You already know, man. And look, I'm liking all of this. Which we got to run through this. How y'all feeling about Benavidez, man? I'm hearing some people picking him to lose, man. I don't know if anybody's still in the chat that wanted to come up. Pardon me. Just had to get that cook out the way. Had to play that piece with the weight cutting thing. Had to share that energy with you, that info with y'all. See Irvin the Wiz, what it do, fan. B-Dog, my guy. He said, yeah, man. So you guys to be smarter. Got to be smarter, man. It's all right to make sacrifices, but it ain't. Don't kill yourself doing it, bro. Don't kill yourself doing it. Damn, pardon me, man. Salute to my guy. Damn, I missed this. Pardon me, BN, man. Damn, did I? Salute to my guy, BN Boxing, man. Much love to my guy, BN Boxing in the Cash App. Pardon me, bro. I ain't even know I missed that. Damn, what was going on? Pardon me. Salute to BN.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Salute to my guy, BN, man. Much love to my bro, man. Appreciate the support, man. Salute to everybody else in the building as well, man. Just gonna keep building. My God's self as well, man, in the Cash App. Appreciate you, Brody. Much love.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Much love to my God's self. I think that's everybody. I think I'm on point now. Yeah, I got my bro Mike, Trey. I got everybody from earlier. All right, bet. Salute to my guys, man. Appreciate that support, famo. Play the commercial one more time. We're gonna get to it now. David by KO round 9. Like the card, we're gonna get to that. But real quick, y'all. I wanna play this commercial for the raffle. If anybody is interested in putting in $10 for a chance to win a 55-inch color TV, I'm gonna play the commercial. You know what I mean? If you want to enter more than once, you can. If you enter more than once, you increase your chances of winning the TV. Much love, Big Dre. Appreciate that, man. Keeping me sharp, Big Dre. But let me run that for y'all. Much love and appreciation to everybody in the building and everybody that continues to support the grind. Like I said, if you want a chance at winning this 55-inch, the entry in the raffle is just $10. If you want to enter more than one, you can. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody.
Hey there, folks. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we've got some thrilling news for all of you. We're launching a raffle where you can win a brand new 55-inch television just by making a payment of $10. Yes, you heard it right, just $10. Each entry must be made through Cash App with your name. The winner will be announced live at our GBT meet and greet on July 13th. The more entries you make, the higher your chances of taking home this outstanding flat-screen television. So, don't miss this incredible opportunity. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this exciting contest. And remember, with each entry you make, you increase your chances of winning this amazing prize. Thanks for tuning in and good luck to all of you.
Salute to the JBT family, man. Dope like that commercial, man. So again, if anybody is interested, do let me know. We're gonna be playing that, throughout the weeks up until, its conclusion. So it will be going on for a while. So if you decide you want to enter, you let your boy know, and we're gonna take care of that and get it right, buddy. Gonna get it right. But let me get back to this. Hold on, let me get her right. Got to, because she came right through, supporting heavy. Man, but yeah, you got Benavidez touching Oleksandr up, but don't sleep on him. Bro said David by KO, 9th round. Okay, yeah, listen, I think David could win this fight. It shouldn't be easy, but I heard Gvozdyk admitting to getting dominated in sparring. I know sparring is sparring. I think dude spent some significant time out of the ring. He only got the one loss. He knows his way around the ring, got a ton of experience, man. He fought better be even a good fight before getting stopped. So the man can fight. He got some pop. He got some boxing ability. My question is, at 37, has Father Time and the time that he took off affected him in any way, shape, or form? And I think Benavidez is just young, hungry lion. I think this is an opportunity to showcase that he could do some damage at 175. I wouldn't be surprised if this fight goes the distance. I think if a stoppage is to happen, I'm saying a later one. I know sparring is sparring, but then he pretty much admitted to getting dominated. I think Benavidez's body shots could be key in this point, in this fight. His body shots and his jab, and of course, as always, his combination punching. His just sheer volume. So I think he could win this fight. It don't have to be easy. No fights should be easy, right? It ain't supposed to be. So, but I think he got what it takes to take this one. Well, WBA has ordered anyway versus his WBA mandatory challenger, MJ Akhmadaliev. Finally, MJ about to get smoked. Dub, MJ getting smoked. I ain't gonna lie. I think he's gonna cook his ass. Appreciate you, Dub. Appreciate that. WBA has ordered anyway versus his WBA mandatory, MJ Akhmadaliev. Let's get it. Don't forget what he did to Superman. Nah, for facts. Adonis Stevenson, facts. Good point, DOG. So he can't fight. He got experience. He's been around the block. He fought some of the who's. He's been at that weight class, obviously, you know what I mean, longer than David. So let's see if he still got enough tread on that tire at 37 to compete at the highest of levels and see what he can do. See what he can do against him. You get what I'm saying? There's only one way to find out. You dig me? You dig me? Benavidez is about to beat the shit out of Gvozdyk. You think so? He's taking him out? Yeah, man. I got David Benavidez taking this one. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised of a decision victory, but I wouldn't also be surprised by the late stoppage. If a stoppage is to happen, I think it's going to come later, not early. You know what I'm saying? Benavidez, he looks very healthy at this weight. Face looking full. He looked comfortable. I know he trained hard as hell. That's all he do. He trained extremely hard. So I know this is going to be a good fight for him. And I know he want to impress. He said he going for the KO. So you already know he ain't going to say it and not do it. He already said he trying to KO this dude. That's why I say I ain't going to be surprised if he find a way to stop him. Late, and I'm thinking body shots is going to be a key factor possibly in this fight. He really know how to dig to the body, and he can hurt you in there. They will flood the basement and come on top with them combos. I think so too, Square Circle. I think so too, bro. He said execution style. Picking the over on this one. I ain't mad at that. The dogs we got this weekend, just man, yo, it's crazy because I ain't got too many of them. The underdogs coming on top, but that's a question I was asking Big B-Lo. Out of all the fights, you know, it's favorites and stuff on the card. I was asking last week, I was asking who runs the risk of getting upset? Because, you know, a lot of times you got a bunch of favorites. They don't always run the table. Somebody can end up losing. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't know. Because I got Benavidez. I don't suspect that he's an underdog. Got Tank. Got Gary Antuanne Russell. Is Gary Antuanne an underdog? Who the underdog? That's what I need to know, Big B-Lo. Who's the underdogs and what matchups? You got to let me know because I don't really be too heavy into the betting, man. I be hollering at my brother and he be putting in the tickets and stuff like that. But you got to let me know because most of these dudes, you know, I got some of these picks, the obvious ones. Like I ain't picking against Gary Antuanne, Tank, Benavidez. Carlos Adames, I think, is going to win. Melanin Queen, peace. Queen, how you feeling today? Yeah, Liam Powell is a very live dog, Big B-Lo. Very live dog, for sure. But I just feel like Matias is in some dog shape, and he gonna beat his ass. You know what I mean? I think he's going to beat his ass. Tay was good. I still got Big Nello over David. I ain't mad at it. I just wish he'd get in there with him. You know what I'm saying? I wish he'd get in there with him. Gary's the favorite over Puyo. Yeah, I got Gary. I still got Gary in that one, so. Let me throw any other matchup out there that you're interested in, Big B-Lo. But Matias is definitely a lot. I mean, Parrell's a live dog for sure against Matias. But I think he got his work cut out for him. Matias looking like in some of the best shape that he could be in. He ripped up, chiseled, ready to go, man. He look like he's fighting tomorrow. How you fighting tomorrow? Old school, what it do, fam? How you feeling? Yeah, Matiz like he could fight tomorrow and be on point and be just fine. It's crazy, but that's what it looked like. Gary going at the Matiz next. Peter, what's good with it, fam? Appreciate you stopping through. Make sure you smash that like button and sub to the channel. Welcome to anybody that's new. If you're new, man, come holler at your boy. Let me know. Say what up. It's a matchroom card. Matiz the most likely to get upset. Yeah, it's possible. Definitely possible. Matiz all the way. Yeah, I'm going with Matiz too, Lisa. I don't know, man. I don't know if Paro is going to be able to keep him honest and keep him from out of his chest and making it a very difficult fight. I can't envision Liam Paro having success very early, and then just like most people, it turns a corner and then it get very dark, or it turns down the alley to fight for the worst and it get worse, man. Matiz needs to dominate and finish him because Matiz been talking a lot about the top dogs at 140 for sure. He needed to stop Paro. He put Paro at number 10 at 140. Damn, did it? Roman Villa fight fell out. That sucks, man. Matiz by handling him. I feel you, Gary Antuanne. That's a real boogeyman at 140. We like Gary Antuanne over here, Peter. I rock with him. Y'all think Gary Antuanne keep his KO streak 100% intact this year? Talk to me. I mean, this weekend. You think he's stopping Puyo? Puyo say he got the power to stop him. Now he talking confident. You know what I'm saying? Power sharpening up a lot. Sparring Shakur, Devin and Tank show versus Montana Love. Yeah, I think I got that little sparring clip in here when he was sparring with Shakur, bro. I thought I had it in here. Let me see if I still have it. I thought I did. Let me see. I think this is it. This is it right here. That's it right there where he was sparring Paro, Liam Paro. Yeah, I wanted to see Villa back in action after getting beat up by who's the way he did. That's a 40-pounder he in there with. What it's worth, and he was working. He was working on me, and I ain't gonna hold you. Wasn't working. And he keep holding. He keep tying his ass up. He like, man, he will keep getting off on me, little young punk. Salute to Liam Paro, man. That's good. It's always good to get quality work. That's why I like Shakur. It's like who hasn't he sparred, man? Dude, always willing to get in there and just spar somebody and get that work, bro. Yeah, Liam kept grabbing him. He wanted to hang on, man. People be so mad. Yeah, man, he was hanging on. It was getting a little sticky in there, man. Nah, but it's always good to get quality work, man. That's how you stay sharp. Iron sharpens iron. You want to go in there and get work with the people that they said, it's top dogs. Now, I think the reason that sparring clip had came out, because remember, it was a rumor they were saying Liam Paro hurt him, and you could clearly see that by that sparring, like that's less than likely that had happened. Kyle Coolett, I got you, bro. IG, you probably talking about X, right? I got you, bro. Let me sec. Boom. I'm wearing post Gary Russell Jr. say coming back at 135. What you think about him versus Tank? I think it's gonna always be a good fight. My thing is exactly where is Gary at this point. But I think he probably rehabbed his shoulder. As long as he's in great shape and rehabbed his shoulder, I think it's a great fight, man. But he'll be stepping right into Tank's world at that 135 for him. If that's the first fight for him at 135, that's tough. That's tough. Roman Villa and Ricardo Salas fight in Las Vegas fell through a medical setback for the Venezuelan. Oh man, yeah, I see it. Yeah, it looked like it. It looked like it's from the PVC, ain't it? I don't know. I asked Dub be on it. You know what I mean? That's the one. I go to probably a couple people for sources of information. He's definitely one of them because he's always on point. to the interview and he say coming back at 135. Yeah, look, I wouldn't mind seeing him. I wouldn't mind seeing him do his thing there, like, you know what I'm saying? Go up there, but it'd be tough to try to, you know, go fight. What's the name from the rip? It'd be a little tough to fight, you know, Tank from at your first fight there. That's gonna be rough on you. That might be a little rough. Val Henderson, what's good with it? Shakur Bright Light Stevenson has 135 pounds in the bag. Yeah, man, him soon as that bad boy Tank Davis get in there, man, it's gonna be something special. Who was MJ Akhmadaliev, the guy that's he had 22. MJ. AC at 22. Ernest was good with it, fam. Them folks played a long game for sure. The Boxing Menu podcast was good, fam. So no Roman V, if that's what it's looking like he's out. Tank will stop Mr. Gary. It'd be a tough fight for a first fight in a back. I mean, first fight back, Tank would be extremely difficult. That'd be risky. But I mean, Gary Russell, that's what he wants to smoke. I know he ain't ducking nothing. So, but let's see it, man. I ain't against seeing that fight. I don't think it's too late for it. Might be a tougher fight possibly for Gary now, being that so much time has passed in between. But surely Matias robotic, Matias the beast. So I feel, yeah, Matias, man, he worked, bro. Big Bilo, man, that dude be getting in there and he be just like, he be going for it. Peace and blessings to the queen, man. Melon the queen for being a member, getting us closer to our membership goal. Much love to every channel member in here, and a big shout out and salute to the queen, you know, Melon the queen. And Lisa again, man. Y'all the ladies, man. Much love to y'all.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Salute to the queen. Annabelle, what's good with it, man? Man, salute to Annabelle. Where you been at, bro? How you been? Family, what's good with it? Yeah, this our second one of the day, man. We was here at 8:30 this morning. We did like a 4-hour joint and we came right back. And we're going to rock out for about another 20 minutes here. So we're going to keep building, man. So y'all feel free. Let me know what's on y'all mind for this fight week. I think Gary has a really good chance of keeping his KO, his 100% KO ratio intact. I think Puyo can present a good test for him. Dude been out for a little bit. We've been looking for Gary since Kent Cruz, right? So we ready to see him get back in there. He looked like he in great shape. He ready to go. He focused, and he looking to stop his guy too. So he ain't coming in there to play no games. I expect it to be a good showing for him, but he really want to showcase his boxing ability that everybody keep questioning if he actually has. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I don't know why they question as much as they do. Like, but I think maybe Puyo could provide enough resistance that'll allow Gary Antuanne Russell to showcase his talent and his skill set. Get him saying his more boxing ability is what people want to see from him. But I definitely see him getting his hand raised. The biggest question is if he'll remain undefeated with his knockout ratio still at 100%. But I think it's a very good chance that he does that. Legacy Mindset, Peace Family, Mainwood in the building. Said Gary Russell Jr. trying to get retirement check from Tank. I ain't fool nobody. Shit, I wouldn't even blame him, man. I wouldn't even blame him. Would you? You know what I mean? I want me a retirement check from Tank if I could get it. You know what I'm saying? Shit, heard them Tank bags hit different. You know what I'm saying? Heard you get that little and everything. Just ask Frank. Heard them Tank bags come with that little You know what I mean? But nah, yeah, man. Gary just probably won't get back in the mix. He never been no sucker type fighter. I think politics played his career and decision making, probably him being a stubborn guy to some degree. But I don't know. I just feel like he's a hell of a fighter. So I ain't never see him duck no smoke ever. That's why I rock with Puyo was the guy Gary Antuanne could have fought for a belt, right? I believe so. And he had fell out because of some PED situation went on. He had popped dirty for something. Then that bogus stoppage. Which one? But yeah, man, that's a good fight for Gary Antuanne. Puyo undefeated, got some experience. He coming to win. He can box. He not the biggest puncher, but he believes he had the power to knock out Russell. But we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out fight night. It's coming out party because once it be Puyo, the doors open up for him. Yeah, for sure, Peter. I'm rocking with him. Oh, you hated that stoppage tag? Yeah, I feel you. I definitely feel you. I think he could have stopped him without them doing that, and I wish they would have let it go a little bit longer because I think he would have got him anyway, and we would have been able to see a little more of the boxing ability and stuff. But I know that being his first fight back, I think since losing his dad, they both had struggling fights, tougher fights. You know what I'm saying? Where they had some little issues. The other brother lost. You know what I'm saying? Gary Antonio took an L, got dropped and everything. His timing was off. He just couldn't get on track for nothing, yo. So when Gary fought Bartholomew, yeah, man. Oh yeah, because Gary knows he's going to sleep, messing with Tank. It's a tough fight, but I think he's confident as hell in himself, man. Gary's pretty confident dude, man. Subriel Matias, if you get past Paro. Man, yeah. He said Matias a rock'em sock'em robot. He'll show y'all that Matias ain't who y'all think he is. That's what Gary Antuanne said. I gotta try to get him on the channel. I gotta try to get him on here. I mean, who did Subriel Matias lose to? He lost to this kid named Petros Ananya some years back, but he avenged the loss, of course, by knockout. A couple fights after he lost to him. Ended up beating him by knockout. So yeah, Antuanne ain't ducking no smoke. They just made a decision to tighten up on some things before he went for the title shot. I said that before. That's why I respect his team the way I do, because it take a lot to do that. That's a big decision to do that, bro. It's a lot. It's a lot, man. So credit to him and his team for, being willing to make the difficult decisions and say, hey, you know what? We know we could compete for a title now. But you know what? We're going to tighten up a few things. We're going to sharpen up in a few areas, and we're going to get right back to it. And it ain't like he missed the beat. He right back where he belonged, knocking shit out. Look sharp, look rejuvenated. He probably needed that time because you got to think they lost their pop. So think about it. Nobody considers all of those factors. Somebody, a voice that they've been hearing in the corner all their life. The first fight back, his brother lost, got dropped, looked bad in his fight. And he had some shaky moments, but still won. You know what I'm saying? And people questioned the knockout because they said it was a little premature, which I understand. But just think about it. Like, they'll tell you what Buster Douglas did. Well, Buster Douglas' mom died and he fought tight. Like, shut up. Everybody not the same. Everybody not the same. So I think the timing of it let me know that they probably wanted to get themselves some time before continuing to try to box. That's a big, and again, I understand, to a certain degree, I understand people will be like, but that's his mother though. But it's a parent, period, right? And the coach, the parent is the coach. So that's going to affect not only his mental, but how he's performing, because the same voice that he's used to hearing is no longer present. So it's like a double whammy. Whereas, yeah, you lost a parent, but your parent wasn't also your coach in the sport that you competing at the highest level. And you get what I'm saying? A break was much needed. Get them boys a chance to grieve at least, yeah? Without everything, all the demons, all the issues, you don't need to fight through. Some things you can go in the gym and fight through it, get in the fight, get through it, compartmentalize. But some issues, some challenges, they need to be fought outside the ring. And you need to be able to clear your head, get your mind right. And he came back sharp and got a stoppage. Now we get to see him again Saturday against a worthy opponent, an undefeated guy, that don't know how to lose. And we get to see what Gary Antuanne is worth and what he bringing to the table. I'm going to enjoy it. Yeah, I get you, Big B-Lo. Yeah, the stoppage is a little early, but I feel like he would have got him anyway. That's why I hated that they did it. You know what I mean? Because people gonna be on him about it, like it's his fault, but he only did what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So Francis Bartholomew is pretty tough too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to show Tim he got that dog in him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So he got that dog in me, bro. I got that dog in me. I got that dog in me, bro. That's how you gonna be, man. Got that diggity dog. Diggity dog. Man, I missed Showbox last night. I think Showbox came on last night. Then I missed it, man. I gotta go catch up on it, man. I don't know what happened, how I missed that. Y'all. But yeah, I got Gary Antuanne Russell taking that one. Who else? Carlos Adames is fighting Terrell Gausha. I like Gausha. He's a former Olympian, talented guy, could box, not a scary dude. He just got to let his hands go for this fight. He can't shell up. Carlos Adames is dangerous. He don't necessarily got to get knocked out. This fight can go the distance. I suspect that if it don't, it's definitely going late. I don't think it'll be early. Terrell Garcia is a pretty good boxer. He can handle himself in there. He know how to handle himself in here. You know what I mean? In the ring, for sure. So, but I don't think he's gonna beat I don't think he's gonna beat Carlos Adames. Carlos Adames could stop him. You know what I'm saying? He made it. He survived Tim Tszyu for sure. He definitely survived Tim Tszyu. That's Antuanne Strode. Oh yeah, man, I seen that. Salute to him, man. He could hot dog, diggity dog. You a fool, bro. You a fool. You a fool. I'm gonna be here to about another, to the 3-hour mark, about 13 minutes, man. Garcia be holding his punches too. For my he gotta let them hands go. You gotta let the hands go. He can't be too economical with his punches, and he can't give his back up to the ropes and just throw up the high guard and be blocking and taking shots. Like he did that against Tim Tszyu. Outside of the knockdown, he pretty much was losing every round. I mean, he made it out without getting stopped, but man, that was a rough one. Espinoza spoke on a non-pay-per-view fight schedule about to roll out. Oh, calculate. That fight card that I read out, it's supposed to be a non-pay-per-view. That dub that I told you I dubbed. Fulton, look, calculate and family. Steve Fulton Fulton versus Ronnie Rios, August 10th. Plant is the main event. Working on his opponent. They saying it's possibly Andre. And that's a free Amazon card, Cal. That's the free Amazon card right there. So, I mean, see what up, famo?
Shit, what's up with you, bro?
So yeah, that's and that again, salute to LetsBuild. He put me on to that. Fulton versus Ronnie Rios, August 10th. Plant is the main event. It's looking like it could be Andre for a free Amazon card, y'all. So the free rollouts is starting to come too. I'm loving this, bro. Man, it's a great fight, bro. It's a great fight, especially so he going back at 68 again. Hopefully he acclimate. Yeah, it's the free one.
You said Plant and Andre?
Yeah. Yeah. Plant is the main event, August 10th. Fulton and Ronnie Rios, and they said they think it's Andre. Dubs, they think Andre. So free Amazon card. I mean, that's what we needed. That's what people was asking for. That's what we needed.
You said August?
Yeah, August 10th. Yeah.
Cool.
August 10th.
I don't like how that damn that Fight Towns episode with Benavidez was better than the off the glove shit. I don't know. It just look like they put.
I ain't got no more details than that though. Fulton versus Ronnie Rios, August 10th. I'll ask though if he got any more details as far as like location, where we're at, stuff like that. But salute the dub, man. He always in the loop, man. Try to tell you that ball be on it, man. Be on his game, man. And I'm hearing Roman Villa fight is off.
Oh damn! I thought you were supposed to be at the weigh-in tomorrow. That must have just
changed. I wanted to see him fight. I think they said some. What did they say? Did they say something medical? I don't forget what they said in that thing. I don't want to just say the wrong thing. But yeah, they're saying that's off. So. That sucks. I wanted to see him back in there after Boots chopped him up like that. Boots chopped his ass to pieces.
Jahan Ingram starting goddamn rumors and shit.
You said, what's that? Jahan Ingram?
Yeah, well he's saying that he heard something about he said that he heard that Frank's supposed to be trying to slap Tank at the weigh-in tomorrow.
Oh shit. Nah, the boxing on his Twitter page. Yeah, the boxing circles, yo. You never know. I'm telling you, it'd be amazing. Man, yo, if he slapped Tank, boy, they might not make it to the fight. I'm telling you, he slapped Tank, they might not make it to the fight, man. You just gave me something to talk about for tomorrow, man. Clip that, screenshot it, send it to me so I won't forget if it's in front of you.
So good. Let me go back to his page.
Yeah, I want to see. He said, "Nah, go ahead, man. Aisha, like, ain't gonna happen. You ain't beat Queen, ain't beat like, nah, not no Tank. You ain't slapping Tank at no way in. Yeah, I ain't gonna make it to the fight. Black Parent, what it do, family? How you feeling? Salute to everybody, man. I mean, everybody that's pulled up to this second cook. I mean, we gonna definitely have about 7 hours of streaming in once we get off of here, man. So we had a dope build, another one. A lot of good information in that piece about the weight cutting that the UFC fighters be doing, because you know that, you know, the boxers is going through it too. You've seen me try to be you know, fair with it. I played it with Regis too, struggling through the weight. Like, that shit ain't cool. Shrinking down, having to be in the damn bath, melting yourself down, like, that shit ain't it. I respect the dedication and discipline, but it ain't healthy. And at the end of the day, I don't really want to see fighters do that to themselves, because we seen that piece opened up with a 23-year-old losing his life over that. Yeah, I think it'd be over. It'd be hard to make it to the fight, man. He might get smoked for real in there. Maybe get his ass beat. I'm telling you, at least it's Black Parent, my guy. What's good, family? I don't talk too much. He's gonna get knocked out soon. Yeah, Tank ain't going for that though. No slapping. And you know, if it's on Twitter and he catch wind of that, you already know. I ain't gonna lie, like that, I would be. When I say shocked, I'd be shocked, because that man ain't even want to stand like chest to chest with Tank. He was like half cocked. His energy was like half cocked, like he ain't really fully want to, you know, embrace his energy like halfway. And then he made him flinch. I was like, got him. All I could see is the hair welving voice in my head. Got him.
Do I believe it? But that damn show what he said though.
Right. Yeah. Appreciate you, baby girl. Salute to everybody that continues to support the grind. All the cash apps, super chats, the real MVPs. We gonna keep building, man. We got a few more minutes to rock out. You know.
And I wouldn't even say nothing about it on Twitter though. I just would have let this shit be a surprise if that's it. If that is what he gonna do.
Now he done ruined the surprise.
Now he gonna be ready for it.
Yeah. Well, if somebody from his team talked about that, then they dropped the ball if that's what you was planning on doing. But yeah, slap might get you, not to the fight. Yeah, you might not make it there. That might get crazy. I know for sure you definitely get slapped in a fight if you do something like that. Boy, beating your ass in there.
Man, we ain't saying goddamn.
Boxing Frank was fighting in the streets. I get it. I ain't really got to break down about, but I just don't see him fighting. I think pandemonium will break out if he slapped.
Yeah,
I ain't saying you notice. I ain't saying Tank gonna just kill him. Nah, but that wouldn't be smart for him to do.
That ain't who knows. That ain't an indication of the fight. I'm just surprised that goddamn that's there's a rumor going around. This is a shocker to me. Then who the hell pre-playing some shit like that?
Yeah, right. Pre-playing to slap somebody. Frank can wrestle though. Nah, he is state champ, man. Yeah, street fighting is definitely but I try not to even over analyze that, because I don't think it's going to that point. But
man,
if he was to slap him, what I think could happen is it'll get rough in there. It'll get wild. Like I think, like I said, it's tempers would be flaring, like teams would get involved. It'll get a little messy if that was to happen. So, and I think that could potentially ruin something. Like, hell nah, don't be stupid. Don't mess the bag up. Frank ain't messing up his bag. Trying to be because that'd be trying to be tough to me if you slapped him. That definitely would be that, because you should have had all that energy and smacking your hand down, touching your jewelry and all that. That'd just be stupid.
Man, there's gonna be so many people in between them two come tomorrow at the weigh-in. If it does happen, he probably ain't gonna land clean, and they gonna break that shit up before it just get like that. You know how they do with the little security guards and all this other shit. Cause I feel like all them fighters gonna be in a whole different mood come tomorrow.
I thought somebody else. Not you. Somebody. Frank could wrestle. I ain't being silly. But Maine was like, what's supposed to happen if he Yeah, and I'm just like, I ain't just saying Tank gonna just dust them off, but I think that'd be a bad move if he slapped him, to be honest with you.
That'll cause a whole bunch of extracurricular activities that don't need to happen before the fight.
Yeah, it don't even got to be what Tank could do, though. You know what I'm saying?
You know how that shit go, man. That shit can happen between them, and that can cause the shit to happen between the camps that ain't got shit to do with the fighters.
Yeah, so it's too much risk involved in doing that on either side. That's why Tank just selling the fight. He's not gonna do nothing to jeopardize the fight, because the dudes is professional fighters. They ain't not trying to mess up their bag to prove that they tough.
Jermaine, ain't nobody saying that Tank is a street nigga.
You notice, that's a huge something. Nobody said nothing we felt like he was going to do other than it be pandemonium. Nobody thinks Tank a goon. He wouldn't be as successful as he was as a boxer if he was a goon. He got taken out the streets early. His lifestyle, not lifestyle, but his upbringing, I think, built character. But we don't think he's no goon. I don't think he's no gangster or no tough guy or none of that. He boxed. He's a hell of a boxer. People be mistaking his energy for him thinking he tough. Nah, he just grew up like that. So, he come with that energy, bro.
Man, it's basic knowledge. If you slap me, what the fuck you think gonna happen?
Yeah, like I don't see
him for real. Ain't no boxer that's already gonna be like in a bad mood and on 10 already because of the weight cut and the weigh-in. Just gonna sit there after somebody slap him, man. Nobody. You ain't got to be street for that.
We don't think Tank a goon. We don't want him to be a goon. We want him to be a successful boxer like he is, bro. Street stuff don't impress me. I'm 38 years old. I don't give a damn about no goons, no street guys, no none of that. I just know where he come from, that element. It's not saying that he's a street guy, but he, we grew up around that shit and tough upbringing. Like I said, it built character and it helped establish his why in boxing. And I believe his why in boxing is different than some people, a lot of guys, which is it continues to help him be successful. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't on that fake tough stuff. We not into that. I'm not impressed by that, but I do like the fact that he's who he is, bro. I think he's an authentic dude. I don't think he's fake. He talk a certain way, but I don't think he be talking like I'm gonna do this to you in the streets or that to you in the streets. Like I don't think he be going like that. Now it's a rumor. Jahan Ingram said that he heard Frank Martin's supposed to slap Tank.
That's where it came from. But now that even then, though, if you come from that type of background, you ain't gotta be no street dude, but you brought up a certain type of way. And certain shit that you just not gonna let slide. Like you not, first of all, as a fighter, you're not just gonna sit there and let somebody slap the shit out you and not do nothing unless Lord have mercy. That just made me think about Charlo all over again. God damn. But you know what I mean? In the typical situation,
the average person gets slapped, they not going for it.
Yeah, like you ain't gonna just lay down because somebody slapped you and shit.
If you slap Tank, I don't think it'd be hard to calm the situation down. I think it could lead to other shit, unnecessary shit. This is why you don't need it to happen. It's not like that he could get slapped and it can go bad for him. Like, but either way, we don't need it for boxing. We don't need to see either one of them go through none other than what they're gonna put each other through in the ring on Saturday night. I mean, I root for both guys in terms of like as young black athletes, man. I rock with both of them, but I just think Tank got this one. I think Frank gonna give him a great fight. If it goes the distance, I think it's gonna be a great fight the whole way through, entertaining. But I'm thinking later stoppage. Bro. But great fight the entire time. Ebbs and flows. I expect ebbs and flows. I expect both guys to have a level of success. But ultimately, I think Tank is the guy that is coming to make sure that, he winning. Appreciate you, Flossie. I see it now. I'm going to save that joint. Probably bring that up tomorrow and just talk about it to end the week. You know what I mean? Because tomorrow will be Friday. That'll be the last day of the week. And we'll be the,
Hey, I'll lie to you, I'm gonna be drunk.
Yeah, facts. Lisa, save it for the ring. Take their whole pride away. Yeah, you slap somebody the wrong way for sure. I see what y'all saying about Bill. Frank might feel embarrassed. I'm gonna get some get back. Yeah, if he do that, he'll be foolish. He gotta get it back in the ring. You know what I mean? Because Tank ain't slap him. That'd be overkill. Opinions. A lot of Tank can't box cooking that. He had cleaned that up. That's why I like him. I like Jahan though. I like him, bro. I like him. But I like the fact that he cleaned up what he meant by that. As he was like basically shouldn't have said it that way. But he cleaned it up. And he even admitted to Tank that he got played and he was going to apologize to him straight up. So I definitely respect that as a man. When my villa is out. Yeah, we was just saying that, Dub. Yeah, appreciate it. I told you he'd be clued in. Food poisoning. That sucked, though. Hopefully he get better, man. Put no money in his own head by doing that.
I wanted to see goddamn most of Nick.
Right. Man. But, man, another dope build in the books, man. We officially, pretty much about over 7 hours of streaming today. We really put in some great work, quality work. Appreciate everybody that supported, everybody that pulled up. Salute to my bro Flossie coming up here to build with me briefly. We're gonna be dropping the link more often, man, so we could hear from the family, hear from the people, man. But fight week is upon us, and we a couple days closer. You know, Friday we're gonna close out strong. You know what I mean? Have us a dope build for Friday, and we're gonna call a fight Saturday. We're gonna enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna enjoy these fights, bro. So salute to everybody. Much love to everybody in the building. Peace to the Queen Aisha, my guy Tay, Naeem, Big B-Lo, Judah, Cuzzo was good with it, man. Peace to the Cuzzo, Peter, and all the new supporters, man. I appreciate all y'all again. Appreciate the Queen Lisa for the big donation. Much love, much appreciation. And we gonna keep building, y'all. So y'all beat me here tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and we gonna rock out, man. You dig? You dig, man.
Just like Tank. Because we're going to put that work in.
I think we should plan this another time. This nigga's scared.
Man, so with that, man, appreciate all the support, everybody that's rocking with me. If y'all ain't hit the like button, make sure you hit it on your way out. If you haven't got your notifications on, make sure you turn them on. Make sure you subbed up to the channel, and we gonna keep building, man. So with that, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all good Thursday, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow at 4 o'clock to build on this good boxing. Peace to the fam.